circling back Groundhog's Day on like, oh yeah, like I had to put one of my dogs down this week.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. As people keep joining in.
it's like, why is it sad, Matt? It's like I had to fucking put one of my dogs down. Like I thought like, and to be fair with Max, like I said, he was old and he was getting to the like when he wandered off on Sunday, I legitimately was like, oh, he just wandered off to die.
You were already ready for that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is the moment. He's just did what I've always said I'm gonna do when I'm gonna die. Just he wandered off into the woods and found a nice place to lay down. But no, either he got fucking either somebody attacked him or another dog or a coyote or maybe got hit by a car.
I do love the image of like you at the age of like, I don't know, when do you think you're probably going, your body's
40.
gonna finally start getting out? Yeah. It's at the age of 40.
Good news, everybody, you got 7 more years of me.
At the age of 40, Matt's body starts giving out, and he's like, "I'm not going out like this," and he just fucking wanders out into the fucking woods, and that's the last we see of him.
Until like some anthropologist finds me, it's like, hey, apparently Neanderthals lived until 2000, whatever 7 years from now is going to be. See, Mansoor's already doing it, Lundy. Mansoor's already like, what? Why are you sad?
Yeah.
I had to put one of my dogs down this week, Mansoor.
You should put that in the fucking like description so people, so you can just be like, read the description, fuckers, instead of having to repeat yourself over and over.
Yeah. Although hopefully, like, you know, also I had the worst fucking headache this week too. Like from fucking Tuesday to Thursday. It got so bad I literally wrapped a heating pad around my head. Just to get something there because I didn't have any like ibuprofen or something. So it's like, you know what? Heat works for like when your back's hurting. So why can't it work for when your head's hurting?
Because that's not how like biology works.
You know what? It might have been like a bit of the old shit. I can't remember it. Placebo. I was gonna say Prozac. It might be a bit of the old Prozac
effect. The old Prozac effect. Everyone knows about the Prozac effect.
But it did help. Like laying on that fucking heating pad did help.
I think it was laying down that helped. I think you just needed fucking like a little bit of rest in general.
Also, yeah, like I've been chain smoking the fuck out of cigarettes this week too, so that's probably something also that's had to fucking deal with it. I forget what Prozac is. Prozac's a fucking happy drug, right?
Yeah, I think it's one of those ADD medications.
I was gonna say it was like the little round dude, but it's like no, that was Zoloft. With the little round Digimon looking dude. It was like, I'm sad because I ain't got no arms and legs. Oh yeah, Lundy. I thought of something from our fucking Dragon Ball discussion last week. Change topics. Fucking Turles. They should bring back Turles.
Like to say that he didn't, that what happened with the whole Tree of Power thing never happened, or
yeah, like fuck it, like remake Turles. Like again, you made fucking Broly an interesting fucking character. Why can't you make Turles an interesting fucking character?
I think it's because at this point, like Turles would be so far down on the power scaling that like it would be difficult to give a shit about him.
I mean, you could maybe bring him in as like maybe he's a crony of Frieza now. Maybe like Turles is like the new Ginyu.
I don't know about that because the whole. I mean,
And you
I
could do
could
maybe
say,
like a whole Carnage thing. Like, you know how like what Carnage is, the Venom, where Venom's like, I like to eat people and shit, and Carnage is like, I like to eat people and just I just love killing. I'm Krombopolis Michaels, basically.
but so basically, just had Turles be like like
Basically what everybody used to think the Saiyans were, like, where it's like Turles is basically just a barbarian.
I could see that. But at the same time, like they would have to basically change his entire power set. Like he would need to be upgraded hardcore in order for him to be taken in any way seriously.
I mean, maybe you could bring in like the Tree of Might shit, because that was a cool idea.
So like over the past like many years, he's just been eating like so many fucking planets that he's just he's just so strong, it's insane.
Yeah, he's basically Galactus. If Galactus just didn't come down to eat like fucking baby Celestials and instead grew a garden. Also, maybe tie in like Turles like to the Cybermen. Maybe he could be like, my father was an average warrior, but a brilliant scientist. He created the Cybermen.
Didn't Nappa have a lot to do with the development of the Cybermen?
He might have.
I'm pretty sure
Which
he did.
Just makes, again, fucking Toriyama, come on, just resurrect all the fucking Saiyans, please. Bring back fucking Nappa.
Just bring back Nappa and just have him be like a big lovable oaf.
Yeah, just have him be Team 4-Star Nappa.
Yeah. That would be fucking great. They bring back Nappa and then Nappa's just like, I'm going to become a movie producer.
Or like at Masako X's fucking What If Nappa turned good, he's just like, I'm gonna start a garden.
Didn't Masako like set up some fucking character named what was it? Cafe for
Yeah. Oh, I hope they adopt, like, that'd be adorable.
or like Nappa grows some more cyber.
Oh yeah, he has like a little
Actually,
pet
like,
Cyberman,
yeah,
like a little
little
mini
pets.
Cyberman.
Yeah. But they're not like vicious at all. They're just little Cybermen who just kind of wander around being like little dudes. They're just little pets for fucking Nappa and Cafe.
Here's a question: why did Bulma fucking engineer the Cybermen?
Well, I think that would probably be a problem because the Cybermen would essentially be like a super
Remember
weapon.
when Yamcha blew up? There's at least like not all of the Cybermen blew up. There was still a claw left. There's enough to get some DNA from that.
No, that's fair. I'm just saying that to make the Cybermen would probably be a bad idea because that would mean that she would have like she would probably stockpile the shit out of them, and then that would be like a fucking army like just waiting to be released, and that would be dangerous.
I mean, it would have made the thousand Frieza soldier fight in Resurrection F much more easy. If Bulma was just like,
it would have made it
Cybermen
fucking hilarious.
minions.
I'll say that. It would have made it fucking hilarious to have like an army of Cybermen versus the Frieza Force.
Come on, Toriyama, get on this shit.
Come on, Toriyama, you're all about the fucking doing just crazy shit just because it's funny. Like you
I still want the next movie to just be all about Frieza and Cooler and the Frieza race and all that shit.
Like the more I think about it, the more I love that idea.
Especially because you could do so many fucking cool things with Cooler. Like you can make him an anti-hero, make him an anti-villain, or just straight up make him into a psychopath.
I would love for him to be worse than Frieza. That's what I want. I think that would be great. To have someone that even like Frieza looks at and is just like, Jesus, man.
Like, fuck. kind of like the like Thanos versus Annihilus in Marvel Comics. Because, like, you know, Thanos is all about, like, I don't want to kill everybody. And then Annihilus
I'm killing
like,
people for the sake of the universe. And then fucking Annihilus is like, I'm killing everything.
Yeah, I'm literally fucking entropy.
Entropy.
Like, I am entropy given flesh.
Entropy. God, I love when you fucking mispronounce words. You just create new fun words.
Look, I've heard that I've heard it sounded like that before.
Okay, fair enough. Oh shit.
Also,
So
I
yeah,
noticed Goat's still wanting to die on the Vic Hill.
I guess I don't know what the fuck is going on with Goat and Vic. Because like,
Yeah, it was really weird to be like, this is the line you're gonna draw on the
this is
Sam
the hill you're dying on. Vic Mignogna, the guy that everyone knows is a scumbag and has known since like 2006.
Like if it was like fucking Chris Sabat, I get it.
Yeah. And to be fair, Chris Sabat, I mean, I don't think he's been known to do anything like terrible so far.
God, I hope not. Like that would be like the John C. Raleigh of voice actors for me being like, oh no, not
Yeah.
Chris Sabat.
That would be like the John McGinley for me. Like, please no.
Like I'd rather fucking Chris Schemmel be a fucking molester or something at that point.
I think Goat's main point is that he just doesn't want people being like, Vic Mignogna is essentially like a serial rapist. And it's like, well, maybe not, but
He's a serial creep at the very least.
He's definitely a serial creeper, that's for sure. And he's made a lot of people feel very uncomfortable. And like, talk to anybody in the con scene, like any girl in the con scene either knows somebody who was or they themselves were a part of Vic being fucking creepy as shit. Like, that's just like, it's just a known fact of him in the con scene. Like, I don't know what people are so surprised about. And I think I was talking to Cecil McFly on Twitter, and she's like, I think a lot of people have a problem with it because they think this is just another like Me Too thing, which is and so like it's a political thing for people.
But here's the thing with like, yeah. But here's the thing about that, and my counter to that: who gives a shit about Vic?
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't really done anything until like recently. Like it's been a long time since he's actually been like at the forefront, voice actors wise.
Yeah, like again, like he's not Chris Sabat or fucking Chris Schemmel. He's not one of the Chris's.
One of the Chris's.
Hell, like going outside of anime, he's not like a fucking Tara Strong, who's like literally in every fucking show.
Ever. Tara Strong's existence isn't even like fair.
No, it's not. It's
not. Who like was it? Who face, was it?
The chick who literally voices every black girl ever to be in a show.
Who was the voice actor that got blamed for another person killing themselves?
Oh yeah, that was Tara Strong.
Yeah.
Because Butch Hartman.
Yeah.
Also, I did finish Castlevania. Like,
which
I haven't finished any of the Marvel Netflix shit because, like, what's the fucking point? Like, that's
all you mean the anime Castlevania? Gotcha.
You should watch it, Lundy. It's really good.
Man,
especially season 2. Like, season 1's like an appetizer, just like, man, I really wish there was more of this. And then season 2's like, here you fucking go. Here's
I've just
more
been
of this.
I've just been like nonstop playing fucking Yakuza for the past like 3 fucking weeks. Like I can't stop. Like I know I'm almost done, but even when I'm
pick
done,
up the Fist of the North Star game they did recently.
Yeah, I heard that was actually pretty good.
It's amazing because it's just Fist of the North Star with all the random Yakuza shit built into it. There's literally a fucking mini game where fucking Kenshiro has to become a bartender, and he's like, "You're already drunk."
What? You're already drunk. I don't. I can't even imagine that. That just sounds so ridiculous. What the hell?
I had to just come on here and say that sounds
There we go.
amazing.
I'm not sure what the hell happened, but I like dropped out there for a second. What the fuck?
Oh, no, Lundy. You know what it was? I accidentally muted myself
Okay.
mid-sentence. So yeah, Lundy, I just want them to make more fucking like anime games. Like, oh my god, could you imagine fucking a Berserk game made by the fucking Yakuza guys?
I could imagine that. That would be fucking great. I would. Oh god, and nobody. There would be a lot of fucking pissed off fans being like, "You're not taking it seriously," but like, I want to see. I want Guts to sing karaoke. That's what I want.
Yes.
Can you imagine that?
Or Guts has to start up a softcore pornography wood carving business.
Think of all the subquests that could be done. Fucking like straight up Yakuza style. Because I don't know what it is with the Yakuza guys, but they insist on making everything basically just like Yakuza.
and you know what? It's fine.
It's actually pretty all right that they do that.
You know what? From Software does that with the Soul series at this point. So it's like, you know what you're good at.
Yeah.
And you're gonna keep doing that, and I respect that.
I mean, I haven't said this on stream yet, but I was telling everybody in the fucking Discord, like one of the fucking subquests I did in Yakuza was I had to bowl. I was bowling, and I had to bowl 3 strikes in a row for a contest that was turkey for a turkey. So you bowl 3 strikes and you get a free turkey. And fucking Kiryu, the main character, is like, "Oh, cool!
I remember you telling
turkey
me
out of this. This is gonna be awesome. I've never eaten a turkey before." And the fucking like bitch behind the desk is just like, "Yeah, turkeys are pretty fucking good. A lot of people eat them for Christmas, and it's kind of a tradition." Kiryu's like, "Man, it'll be my first turkey. Awesome." So I bowl the 3 strikes, and then I go over to the girl behind the counter. She's like, "Here's your turkey." And then she just brings out a live chicken. And Kiryu's like, "Huh, I'm pretty sure this isn't a turkey." She's like, "Yeah, our bad. This is kind of what they sent us when we asked for one. I can take it in back, slaughter it, and make some chicken nuggets for you." And Kiryu like looks at the chicken, like makes eye contact with it for like 10 solid seconds, and then he's like, "No."
He notices the chicken's fighting spirit.
Yes. He's like, "No, I will keep the chicken. Is that allowed? I mean, it's your chicken, so I guess I will keep it, and I shall name it Nugget." And then he hired it as a real estate agent.
You know what, OS Walker? Replace Violent Jack with Devil Man. I bet you the creators of fucking Yakuza can make a banging fucking Devil Man game.
I think they could too. I think they really fucking could.
I don't know how they would handle the inevitable, like, depressing, nihilistic end to the Devil Man game.
There's a lot of depressing shit about the Yakuza stories, though. So I mean,
there is, but like, Devil Man is just like, yeah, everybody fucking dies.
Yeah, like important, like everybody who's important, like that you end up liking ends up dying in Yakuza games. Like, it's fucking crazy. There's a bunch of people who die in in Yakuza Kiwami that are introduced in Yakuza 0. So they're like, we're gonna introduce them now so that when they die in the next game, you're gonna be even more sad.
Again, just more fucking just more skins for Yakuza. You know what I'm surprised they haven't done again? Like, remember, I don't know if you played it, Lundy, but does anybody remember the fucking zombie Yakuza game?
Yeah, the PS3 one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that one was fucking. I don't even understand what they were going for on that one. That was just bizarre.
It was just like, hey, you know what? Zombies are really popular. Let's fucking do a stab at a zombie game, but like make it.
Let's just make an alternate
Yakuza.
universe. Let's just make an alternate universe version of Yakuza where the zombies attack, and we'll just have a bunch of characters from the Yakuza games
And yeah,
have to
that's
fight
the
the
other thing.
zombies.
Like the other reason why it shocks me they never continued it, because it is an alternate universe. So that would be like, fuck it, like first game is zombies, like next game is like, I don't know, fucking Omnimusha fucking style, like demons and shit.
Yeah, like fucking demons and vampires and fucking like like all sorts of shit.
Oh, that'd be so fucking cool if they made like an Omni, like a fucking like just an Oni infused fucking Yakuza game.
Because like they really do embrace the absurdity that they're good at. Like they don't give a shit. They'll just do fucking crazy shit for fun. So like why the fuck not?
Oh, Monster, the Cindy McCain shit is even fucking better when you realize she has a daughter who doesn't look anything like her because she's fucking Bangladeshi. I don't know if you saw this, Lundy, but Cindy McCain, wife of former host of show's hero, Comrade Toomer,
Mm-hmm.
may he rest in peace. Not John McCain, Comrade Toomer. Love that guy. But, so Cindy McCain was at a Phoenix airport and she saw a mom and a kid, and the kid didn't match the mom ethnically. So Cindy McCain called the police on the mom and was like, this lady's human trafficking a child. And like Cindy McCain wrote this blog post about like what she did, and then like the Phoenix police came out like this. No, it was not trafficking.
This is not
This
trafficking.
is all bullshit.
I see that she apparently issued an apology, I guess.
Yeah, and it's like a non-apology. It's like, I'm sorry, I was being vigilant.
I was being vigilant. Oh god, that's like a fucking. I can't remember the name of the fucking comedian, but he said something like, it was fucking. Oh god damn it, I can't remember his name. Whatever. But he was saying something like, I'm trying to be more progressive and trying to be more open-minded, but every once in a while my brain does something fucking weird. I was walking out the bar one day because I drink in the afternoons, and I looked over on the street and I saw two black dudes smoking cigarettes with a kid and with a baby, and I was like, those black dudes stole that baby. And that's the first thought that came to my head. It couldn't. I couldn't have been like.
I can't hate on that dude, because like if I walked out of a place like high and randomly and I just saw like two dudes with a random baby, I'd be like, I wonder if they stole that baby. What's the story here? I wouldn't call anybody because look, I'm a druggie. I ain't getting involved with the police. Like fuck that shit.
Oh fuck, that joke made me fucking laugh so fucking hard because he's like, he starts arguing with his brain. He's like, what do you mean? Obviously they could just be two gay black people, and then my brain is trying to rationalize it, being like, yeah, but gay people don't smoke cigarettes. Why are you making shit up? Why are you just making shit up?
Also, gay people don't smoke cigarettes? Like, come on.
Yeah, right.
Have you
Gay people
never
smoke-
seen fucking John Winters?
Yeah, gay people smoke lots of cigarettes. It's like it can be one of the gayest things that you can do, really. Like it's just depending on the way in which
You know
you
what's
smoke
fucked up? My aunt always gives me shit. She's like, you hold a cigarette like a gay man.
Because do you limp wrist it?
No, I put it between my middle and index finger.
Oh yeah.
Instead of doing, you know, like the solid snake of like index and thumb.
Yeah.
Although I
like,
do the solid
which
snake.
is the macho way of doing it.
I will
Dude.
admit, I do the solid snake way when I'm like smoking outside because it's a good wind block.
I had a friend message me the other day. She's like, so I was at the store and I was overhearing some guys talk, and apparently they're like gatekeeping smoking. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, they were talking about vaping. They were like, yeah, a lot of people were switching to vaping. Yeah, well, those are the people who couldn't handle smoking anyway. Fucking pussies. So it's a good thing that they're gone. They can't handle, nor do they deserve tobacco. I'm like, what? That's such a fucking bizarre thing to say. It's just like, all the cancer is ours. Fuck off. God damn it, Matt. Did you mute yourself again? I think you did. Either that or I'm having an issue. No, I'm not having an issue. This is all Matt's fault. Matt, God damn it. Why do you leave me here to be all on my own during your stupid fucking stream? Like this happens every fucking time. Matt has this habit of just like not being the host of his own stream. I don't know what it is. He starts a stream and then he just lets other people fucking just.
I'm sorry, my aunt yelled for me.
Yeah.
So I had to run upstairs. Like,
God damn it, Matt.
look, I got nothing. Okay. I think that's my
everybody
favorite.
knows.
I think
everybody
that's my
knows
favorite.
the joke too. Everybody's like, he went off into the woods.
Yeah. I mean, not now. It's like fucking. It's Silent Hill out there. It's so fucking foggy.
Do you still get like, if you're ever like out in the middle of like the super darkness, but you're like outside your house, do you ever get like chills? Do you still like, I don't know, feel like a weird primal fear of like, I don't know what's going on right now?
Nah, like darkness. It's like that fucking surfer from fucking Rocket Power, where it's like, darkness doesn't bother me. Like my sight's like fucking shot the shit. I prefer the darkness, honestly, because it doesn't hurt me like fucking the light does.
Gotcha.
I can't even look outside when it's snowing because it's like the sun exploded out there.
Well, yeah, colonists. There is darkness and super darkness. There's regular darkness, which is just like, it's dim light out, but there's still like
Plus,
stars and the moon.
I've walked around here so often, like I can just do it with my eyes fucking closed at this point.
Like you memorize where every tree is. You've marked all of them with your fist, so.
Or my fucking teeth bites.
Yeah, Matt doesn't have claws, so he has to punch trees as opposed to clawing them up.
Yeah. I might end up killing a coyote now at this point.
Let's try. You're gonna go on a hunt and find a coyote that has like some blood on his fucking snout, and you're just gonna be like you.
Yeah.
You're gonna pull Liam Neeson, but with coyotes.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, no, I'm gonna be the Liam Neeson of coyotes, where it's like, I hope one of these fuckers picks a fight with me, so I can beat it to death with this fucking truncheon I have. Although for me, it'd be a fucking like an axe handle or just a regular stick. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna buy a specific truncheon just to beat a coyote to death. Like, fuck that.
Because then you're gonna beat a coyote to death, and you're gonna be like, now what am I gonna do with this truncheon?
Yeah, like I've accomplished my goal, and I'm too lazy to become like Batman for fucking coyotes. So, like, the one coyote is gonna be enough. Just like I'm pretty sure in the hypothetical alternate universe where Liam Neeson did beat a black man to death, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't like spark something in him where it's like, I gotta be a serial killer now who only kills black people.
I kill one guy, gotta kill more. That's just how this works. So.
Yeah, it's like Pringles.
Or like when you kill somebody, like you get a letter sent to you in the mail. It's just like, you're now required to kill at least 5 more people this year. It's like, God damn it, I got roped into something.
I mean, not the most fucked up thing. The most fucked up thing is like Liam Neeson was basically like, yeah, I hunted down. I was trying to hunt down black people, like sport. But
I was listening to the latest. I was listening
The
to
fact
Lay's.
that he was like, I'm going to finally share this deeply personal anecdote I'd never talked about before for basically a Mr. Plow movie.
For absolutely no conceivable reason. Like it just said it for no fucking reason. There's also the one thing about the story that not a lot of people touch on is that he was roaming down the streets waiting for a black guy to just come out and attack him. The implication there being that black people just randomly attack white people.
Yeah.
You know, so there, and not a lot of people note that bit. I think I don't know if that's the more offensive thing, but that's also a big thing.
I mean, it's like the fucking. It's like, I don't know if you've seen this, Lundy, but now we're up to our third politician here in Virginia who's gotten outed for fucking blackface. And with that asshole, he was edited in a yearbook where they were literally just using the N-word like an average of 6 times each page. They literally called somebody the barrack Jew.
Oh, dear God. Is that why I saw a fucking tweet today, which was just like, at this point, can we just ask the question? Is it just better to ask the question?
It's turning into a fucking Simpsons bit, Lundy.
Yeah,
remember the Simpsons bit where Bart is like at the auction and like the auctioneer is like, "Are there any serious bids on this painting?" And everybody's like, just like, no. It's like that, but with blackface. It's like, has any fucking politician in Virginia currently not done fucking blackface?
That must be why I saw the fucking tweet today of somebody just being like, at this point, is it a better question to just ask if anybody has not either done blackface or wore a Ku Klux Klan hood?
Yeah, can we just make them the fucking governor now?
just go down the line and just be like, have you? Yeah, have you? Yeah, have you? Yeah, have you? No,
and
actually,
not the
all right.
asshole who's the only reason he is fucking majority leader in the fucking House of Representatives here in Virginia is because his name got drawn out of a fucking bowl. Because he's the guy who was in the race where it literally came down to like, shit, this is fucking tied. What do we do in the case of a tie? Oh, we just put the names in a fucking hat and draw one, apparently.
That sounds like the Virginian way. It's very traditionally Virginian.
I mean, to be fair, like some states like New Hampshire are like, yeah, flip a coin. Like a lot of states don't
like it's the fucking Super Bowl.
I'm pretty sure, Lundy, if you looked into it, like Pennsylvania has something of like, oh yeah, we just draw straws or something.
What does Pennsylvania do in the case of a tie? In the case of a tie for
election.
Most often you find legislative chamber controlled by one political party, blah, blah. Tie chambers are more and more frequent, even every year, blah, 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 blah. That doesn't actually tell me anything. That just tells me whether or not if the state legislature is like even on both sides. That doesn't help me.
Well, technically, Kalanis, the Irish are the N-words of Europe. So, would he not be being attacked by a black guy at that point? Oh yeah, you know what's fucked up, Lundy? I actually did blackface once too. I found out this week.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because I was talking to my sister.
Okay, so first off, you found out this week that you once did blackface.
Yeah, because I forgot about this. So I can't be an elected official here in Virginia. That's what disqualifies me.
What the fuck? All right, Matt, explain.
So I was talking to my sister about this shit, and she was like, "Do you remember like when like you were 6 or 7, like you rolled around in the dirt one day and then went into the house and was like, look, Mom, I'm African American now." And I was like, I did not remember that, but I'm not also going to dispute it either. So you know what, Lundy? We both did some fucked up shit when we were younger.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh dear God. I'm just imagining 7-year-old Matt just rolling around in the dirt, just being like, I'm gonna get myself nice and African right now. What the fuck?
I don't know if that makes it better or worse. Like the fact that I didn't use actual fucking like paint or anything. It was just like, oh yeah, like black people are just dirt people. Like fuck it, just roll around in the dirt.
I think that makes it worse. I don't know.
It
But
probably
again, you were
does.
7, so like it's not near as bad as people who are like in high school or college doing it.
I wasn't
like-
like, yeah, this is what I want.
I
My
think
yearbook.
7-year-old you just genuinely thought, "Hey, I now have brown skin because of all the dirt on me. That's what makes me an African American now." I don't think you were like playing pretend. I think you just genuinely thought that's what it meant.
Probably.
Which,
like
again,
I talked about it.
Not
I was,
sure
I
if
was a
that's
half
good or
feral child.
bad. Oh dear fucking God.
I gotta step away for a second because I gotta let Casey out.
Oh.
Oh, I gotta hook you up.
Oh dear fucking God. That's a hell of a fucking bomb. Jesus Christ. When you realize that you once did unintentional blackface when you were a child. Oh fucking hell.
You know,
Your
it'd be
fucking
great.
sister probably has like a bajillion fucking stories about you that you don't remember.
Probably. I mean, that's what
Oh,
happens
shit.
when you get hit in the head with a beer bottle.
Yeah,
Let's
you
be when you're
forget a lot
5.
of stuff.
I remember that story.
Yeah. You remember the impact. It's just the things beforehand that are
Well,
fuzzy.
it's easy to remember the impact because I got a flat spot on the back of my skull where that fucking beer bottle hit me.
Jesus Christ.
Look, she was on like the softball team or something. Like again, like lesbian.
Oh fucking hell.
She whipped the fuck out of that bottle. It's kind of like now that I'm like so many years away, like and removed from it, it's like that's really impressive how hard you hit me when I was 5 with that beer bottle.
I thought this is something that your dad did.
No, rare. Like weirdly enough, Lundy, this is one of the few instances of physical violence on child Matt that wasn't inflicted by my dad. It's just inflicted by some random neighborhood lesbian.
I mean, you can't understand the misunderstanding here, where I would naturally make the assumption.
Yeah, because you know my dad put my hand on a fucking frying pan when I was like 7, so it's like yeah, like
It's totally believable.
I don't remember why my dad did it, but I'm thinking about it. It's like I wonder if it's because when I did my blackface thing, I didn't use the N-word. I referred to them as African Americans. It's like, look, if you're gonna use blackface, you use the fucking N-word.
Oh shit.
Again, this is why my autobiography would be called like "Funny with a Tinge of Sadness." The edible napalm story.
I do like the fucking concept of like someone who's racist enough to do blackface but still won't say the N-word, so they'll be all PC and say African American still. That is kind of fucking great. Like they just
I think
refuse to
that's
go
you know
full
what
bore with it.
I think that's what ultimately makes it fine, Lundy. Is like, look,
No.
I'm pretty sure Ralph
that one
Northam
makes it
referred
fine,
to him as
Matt.
N-words.
Let's be clear with our words here. It doesn't make it fine. It just makes it not as
The only
bad.
person I ever called the N-word was fucking Goat that one time. Everybody was calling him a faggot. And I was like, you know what? I gotta raise the stakes here. Because that's me. I'm dropping the N-bomb.
I mean, it's not the first time that you dropped the N-bomb in particular, though.
Oh, God, no. Like, you get me talking about Dragon Ball ethnicities. That N-word is coming out.
I don't know why. I don't know why your N-word usage is so specific to Dragon Ball.
I feel really passionate about Mr. Satan's race, Lundy.
I don't understand why.
Also, Goda's messaged me that, to be fair, you also pretended to be black, but you only did basically like cyber blackface.
yeah, I did the whole I'm black, therefore I'm above blah blah when I was on Newgrounds. So that's not quite the same. um so Go actually messaged me with a story.
You
I'm
were
not sure if
literally
he wants me I'm not sure if he wants me to share this or not.
Oh no, Monster! I don't think he's dead. Like my aunt saw him like last year in like a Walmart, and she said like he looks like fucking shit, which makes sense because he literally lost a lung recently. What last time he fucking tried to contact me and my sister, and we just were like, yeah, don't give a shit.
He's like, hey, just letting you know,
I need
had to,
somebody
one
to
of my
come and clean the house because I literally can't do it because one of my lungs have collapsed.
and you're just like, cool.
Yeah, good story, bro. Click.
Yeah, all you could say was, "Oh, that's nice. It's good to hear some good news from Dad for once."
I thought about beating you to death like every day from the age of 14 to fucking 17.
Okay, Go doesn't mind if I share this. He says, when I was a kid, I thought my grandmother was black and I thought I wanted to look more like her, so I covered my face in chocolate pudding. She was, however, Native American, as I learned when I grew over the age of 6.
See? So what would it go? I'm trying to think of something that has like the consistency of pudding, but that's also red.
I don't know. Would it be one of those gel O's things or
Yeah, I guess like he just rubs a bunch of red cherry jello in his face. Gets a little airport bottle of fucking whiskey. Look, Grandma, I'm like you.
I don't know if his grandma would find that charming or not.
Oh, this is just reminding me of like my favorite bit from Come Town when they're talking about their racist relatives, and I think it was Adam who was talking about his or what? Oh fuck, go, you're listening and you can fucking type in. I'm not going to pressure you to come on to answer this, but was it Adam or Nick who their grandmother was like, oh yeah, I pulled the Chinaman's tail.
The what?
So his grandmother was like, we used to steal apples from this Chinaman and we would yank on his tail, and then they realized like, oh, they're talking about his fucking, I forget the actual name for it, but it's the ponytail.
Oh, the little rat tail thing that they would do.
Yeah. She was referring to that as their fucking tail. I think it was Stav who was talking about how like him and his family were laughing at like how people believe that like Jews kidnap Christian babies and use their blood for bread, and like his grandmother was like, well, that's what they do. Yeah, I wanted to say like QU or something like that because I remember it started with a Q.
Oh, actually, Matt, that was Nick's relative.
Okay,
who pulled the Chinaman's tail.
Okay, so it was Nick's grandmother or his aunt or something. Was that also the aunt who was like when? No, that was Adam's grandmother who was like she was going fucking senile in a nursing home, and every time like a black orderly would come around, she'd be like, "The natives are here." Because she grew up in like fucking South Africa.
Oh dear God. South African white people are like a special kind of fucking racist. Like, I don't know what it is about them, but they're like They're like more racist than like we are. It's fucking weird.
To be fair, they did learn from us.
Yeah, they are kind of like
They
descended in a
literally,
way.
like the Nazis, they literally came to like fucking Jim Crow South, particularly Virginia, and we're like, you know what? We like what you're doing. Here, keep up the good work. We're gonna copy this shit if you don't mind.
Oh shit. Fucking what the fuck? I'm getting a fuck ton of like likes and replies and shit for this fucking tweet I put out about this fucking argument I had on Facebook. Cause somebody it's probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. It was somebody being like, capitalism is freedom because you don't have to spend your wages on anything if you don't want to. And I'm like, what about food? They're like, not even that. There's no law requiring you to buy food. I'm like, well, you do have to buy food to eat it and live. And they're like, nope. All right.
Okay, asshole. Just, you know what? I like watching survival channels on YouTube too. I'm not joking with that. That's become like my latest YouTube obsession. It's like I just really like watching like
survival shit.
Yeah, just people going out into the woods and being like, "Oh, this is how you clear out a campsite," or "This is how you find like really good wood to burn in a campfire."
I've got one dude that I work with. His obsession is going on his phone and on YouTube and just fucking like finding people just doing random fucking construction work. Like he just likes watching that shit. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, I had a bit of that too. Like a while back of just watching people just kind of explain like, "Oh yeah, this is how you make a bookshelf." It's like, tell me more.
It's like, I'm never gonna do this, but
yeah. I just like having the ability to be like, oh, I might be able to do this if I like remember this in like a dumb survival situation, which I probably won't. But
I like the idea. I like the idea of like,
on me.
I like the idea of like a year from now, it's like the world is like ending or some shit. Like all electricity is gone, and like it's just everybody's going crazy. And Matt's like, hold on. I think I can make stuff. I think I can handle this. I've watched a lot of survival looking videos on YouTube.
I'm pretty sure I remember a thing about building an Adobe hut. That's not even how you say it. That used to be a video programming editor before the boom boom times. Let's be honest, I'm gonna be a prostitute / court jester for some fucking like Lord Humongous motherfucker. It's like, you know what, this one's funny, and he can probably suck a good dick.
Or at the very least, he has a very giant ass, and I can definitely fuck that.
I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna keep him as my ass jester for all eternity.
Then you just look at her, you're just like, well, I'm probably gonna end up dying in about 7 years anyway. So
yeah. I abused my body a lot before the boom boom times.
I just love how you keep saying the boom boom times.
I love talking like the fucking dumb Cloud Atlas speak. It's the best. Oh, you know what's great, Lundy? Me and a bunch of people on the Destiny Discord today were pretending to be like crazy Christians. I took up the role of Mormon. I called the guy who believed in who was pretending to be Catholic a fucking crazy voodoo person. Because I was like, what do you think the saints are? They're ancestors. You do ancestor worship.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah,
it's almost as fun as the day we pretended to be Jordan B. Peterson fucking fans. That was the best.
You mean Jesse Lee Peterson?
No, Jordan B. Peterson.
Okay, all right. I'm actually like ironically a fan of Jesse Lee Peterson. I think he's fucking hilarious.
He really is.
He's fucking great.
He's a bad person, but like fuck damn, he's
entertaining as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so real quick, when did you decide to become a Democrat? when I was, I don't know, in my early 20s. So you just decided you didn't want to be a man anymore. What? Oh no, I'm still a man. No, you're not a man. No Democrat.
Maybe it's
can be a
because I
man. It's
recently.
impossible.
Maybe it's because I recently watched the Philosophy Tube video about Steve Bannon.
Mhm.
But like Jesse Lee Peterson really fucking reminds me a lot of that fucking. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but like he brings him up and like I said in the Philosophy Tube video, that fucking Italian dude that like Bannon and all these alt-right fuckers love, the Baron. I can't remember his name, but he's like this Italian Baron, and he was this big like fascist. Like, but he was like spiritually fascist because he talks about like there's a quote from him about like, look, black people aren't savage because they're dumber than us. They're savage because they have awful black people's souls. And like Jesse Lee Peterson reminds me a lot of that.
Yeah,
he talks about how he's an Oreo, unironically.
yeah. He likes to unironically say, "You need to explain stuff to me. I'm dumb. I'm black." Like I don't know.
Yeah, so it wouldn't shock me if he was like, "Look, I'm trying to purify my dumb black soul. Why can't others do it?"
I also love every single time he says "amazing."
Oh yeah, Lundy. I don't know if you saw this today, but Candace Owens literally did like Hitler did some bad things, but
When did she do this?
she did it at like a private speech in London. And you know what's great? Paul Joseph Watson was trying to fucking defend her. And it's like, look up his tweet trying to defend her. It's like, look up his tweet and then watch what Candace Owens says. It's the amount of loops that motherfucker is jumping through to try to defend her. Because she literally is like, Hitler would have been great if he just stuck to Germany.
Let me
Like
see
the problem,
here.
like Candace Owens' problem with Hitler is that he was a globalist and he wanted to do this across the world. If he just stayed in Germany, he would have been fine. He would have made Germany great again.
Let's see. What did he say? He says BuzzFeed, a bunch of privileged white journalists trying to smear a black woman. Candace Owens is a racist. Truly pathetic. Then he says,
No, it's not that one. It's the
Candace
one where
Owens
like
is
the left-wing
nuanced.
media.
Candace Owens' nuanced attempt to ascertain whether Hitler was a nationalist or not doesn't mean she endorses Hitler. The okay line clearly wasn't her endorsing Hitler, but the media frames it that way. This is why people don't like you.
Yeah. And it's like, really? Did you not watch the same shit I did? Because it really is just Hitler did some bad things, but he also did some good things.
He was a National Socialist, but if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. Candace Owens is facing backlash over remarks he made at an event in London.
I hope she runs again because it would be really fun if this gets brought up during her. Like, I want to see her on a debate stage trying to explain this away.
So the director of Empire says, "Phew, it looks like Black History Month Day 8 might just squeak by without a..." And then he says, Candace Owens grabs the microphone. "I have some thoughts on Hitler."
Yeah, that's like the best tweet about this. What is it with Black History Month 2019?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did baby 2019 when it was like passing off like being passed, like, is this year built on a fucking Native American burial ground? What the fuck?
I mean, this is the same year that we had Steve King be like, "So what exactly is wrong with the term white supremacy exactly?" Oh, fucking hell.
2019 is just literally, you mind if I wild out the year? I can't even refer to 20. Like, you know what the one saving grace, Lundy, for 2018 was? You could refer to 2018 like a fucking television series, and it'd be like, the joke was funny, like especially around like when Jacob Wall did his whole like dumb shit about like, I remember so many people being like, the writers of the 2018 season thought it was getting too dark, so they wrote in the Jacob Wall comedy subplot. No, you can't do that with this season. It's like fucking John Walters or fucking David Lynch took over Ryan Duty. It's like none of this makes sense.
There's some more news guy. He says, grateful to Candace Owens, who has brought us from the Hitler was wrong but to Hitler was okay until.
No, Calamus, she doesn't know that because fucking she's just trying to fucking defend nationalism. It's the one, I'll be honest, Steve Bannon has said a lot of awful, dumb, wrong fucking shit, but like there's one thing he said right, that like the future of like political discourse is gonna hard pivot away from fucking conservative versus liberal into fucking nationalist versus socialist. And it's like, you know what? He's right about that pretty much. That's why I'm basically like, you know what? Fucking bring it on. Bring on the socialism.
Yeah.
If there's the two options, I'm choosing fucking socialism over fucking nationalism / fascism.
There is there's definitely seems to be, I mean, at least in my personal experience, a big pivot of people talking about that they support civic nationalism at the very least, and they're like, I don't see what's so wrong with that.
Yes, Mansour. Sorry, Lundy. Some more news is one of the best fucking political channels on YouTube right now. Like that, he is fucking hilarious.
Cody Johnson is. There's something about his like delivery that's just really fucking good. I don't know what it is. It's just it just flows so well. Like it's funnier, but also more informative and more like sad at the same time than like John Oliver's show.
Yeah. Also, I just love it. He's, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but like he's petty, but in a good way.
Oh shit.
Like again, you know what? He reminds me of like classic YouTube of like where you would fucking not only talk to somebody condescendingly and joke about them in a truthful, factual manner, but you would use like a personal insult as like a period to end a sentence or a thought. So it's like Donald Trump is lying because on the fucking border wall shit, because there's video proof of him lying about who's gonna pay for it. Also, he's a fat fuck. Oh, AJ, we talked about that a bit earlier with about Vic. It's like I'm like, I don't care really. Like he's been known to be a creep for a long time, and look, he's not fucking Chris Schemmel or fucking Sabat. Like Dragon Ball will survive without him.
Yeah, they can find somebody else to do Broly. That's not going to be too terribly difficult.
90% of Broly's dialogue is just screams.
Yeah, they just need somebody who knows how to fucking scream well. That's it. The fan reaction though is probably the thing that's like more interesting to me, because like there is a definite split, but it's not like it's actually kind of like an even split. Like there's a lot of fans who are totally like, you know, fuck Vic, and there's also a lot of fans who are totally like Vic has never done anything wrong.
And it's like exhibit A through fucking Z.
Wait, Wiseman, you're surprised that I watch anime? I've talked about anime for years. What? Now I'm confused.
Yeah, just like last fucking Friday, this just turned into me and Lundy blowing the new Broly movie.
Yeah, like fucking just filleting the shit out of it. A fucking
Like,
goat
you
didn't
know
want
what?
to put
It's
it up
beyond
because he thought it
flated.
was,
It
it
would
was too
like we
boring.
literally went ass to mouth for the Broly movie.
Yeah, we did.
Just raw dog in my ass and then stick that dick in my mouth, Broly.
We did.
That's how much
we did
I love you.
every dirty thing in the book for the Broly movie. we
The fucking god.
I haven't made videos in years. Well, yeah,
Also,
I
Lundy, I
know.
figured it out with my Gogeta complaint, and it is really minor and dumb and petty looking back on it. I think that my problem with Gogeta was when he was first formed and they did the whole name bit. And it's like, that's not something Gogeta would do.
It's not.
But then it's like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Like, it's like 5 seconds. It's like when fucking Kalins got mad at Captain America for being like fucking God, like for the God joke in the first Avengers movie. Remember how pissed Kalins would get about that?
About the God joke
What?
in the Avengers movie.
Yeah, like fucking like Black Widow's like be careful, like he's a god and he's going to fight. Casey, do you want out again?
Yeah, and Captain America was like, "There's only one God, and he doesn't have a hammer or some shit like that." I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't have a cape or something.
Yeah.
Which, one thing I never thought about that, it's like, well, Chris Evans, like, why can't God have a cape?
God can have a cape if he wants to.
Yeah. It's like he part of like some weird splinter group of Protestants who's like, our only like dogmatic belief is God can never wear a cape.
So, Wiseman, you are correct that everybody loved the first Broly movie, even though it was pretty boring. But everybody,
hated the first fucking Broly movie. I
even
hated
the people,
all the fucking Broly movies.
Even
I'm
the
like
people
with
who
Team
liked
Star on that one.
Even the people who liked the first Broly movie still acknowledge that it's like incredibly fucking flawed and bad in a lot of fucking ways, and that Broly himself is basically just a character that just exists to be a badass. Like that's basically all he exists to be, with no actual story or characterization or anything. Like everyone kind of acknowledges that. Now the thing is, the new Broly movie, since you haven't seen it, I'm just gonna tell you, it fixes all the problems with the original Broly concept. Like every problem is fixed, and it adds more shit.
Extremely unpopular opinion. I like the Bio Broly movie the best out of all the Broly movies.
Because it gives 18 a chance to shine.
And Mr. Saiyans there. And like, you know what? I like the weird Bio Warrior. I like it when Toriyama does monsters.
Yeah, you can tell that Toriyama wants to do monsters a lot more often. Like he enjoys monsters.
That's why I'm like, fucking do the Demon World as fucking canon for once. Like, if you're not going to do cooler as the next movie, please give us something with fucking demons in the Demon World.
Yeah, that would definitely be fucking good. I'd fucking prefer that. What the fuck? But yeah,
maybe tie Cooler into the fucking Demon World. Maybe fucking play on the fact, like, for the longest time that people kept calling Frieza like an ice demon or whatever.
Yeah, like they actually are demons.
Yeah, like, and maybe have like some history there where like King Cold Lake or like Chilled or fucking, what was the dumb one? Was it Chilled that fought Bardock in the awful thing? That's probably canon now.
That was more Chilled.
You know that's canon now, probably, right? Like the fact that Tarbal is fucking canon now, that probably means Chilled is canon as well.
Listen, you say what you want about that, but the TFS abridged of fucking Chilled,
it is that one of the best things they ever did.
It's delightful as fuck. You dare to tango with me without bringing your own leotard?
My favorite thing. It gets me every time with that fucking abridge is fucking just the first scene where he doesn't even say anything. He's just like, no, he does say something. He's like, shh, continue.
Continue.
It's so fucking dope. So yeah, like maybe have a thing where like Chilled, like instead of just being like a total fucking buffoon, like maybe he was like a badass at one point and like led like a demon civil war or something, and like he basically was like, you know what, fuck the demon, like better the role in the fucking mortal plane than to serve in the demon realm. Like a reverse Satan. How cool would that be?
Yeah, that would be pretty fucking cool. Just like Lord Chilled was like the first of like the basically the Dragon Ball equivalent of the devil. I'm like, oh yeah, that's why Deborah became the Demon King, because the fucking ice demons left.
Yeah. You want out again, Casey?
Fucking Matt's gonna be a little bit more affectionate towards Casey these days. Well, with Max gone, it's just how it's gonna be. Also, Casey's probably going to need Matt's attention a bit more too.
Alright, I'm back.
Yeah, I think it would be fucking cool to have like Lord Chilled as like the former king of the demon realm.
Yeah.
And he's like, we should go beyond this. This is so limited for us.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is like, we don't want to do that. And he's like, well, fuck you guys then.
I'm wondering if the weird dimension thing is like a hint to the next movie. Or if it was just
when they like literally broke the fucking dimension, they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Because it could have just been a scene of like, hey, let's just stick this in because it's cool. Or it could have also been like,
I don't think it was just let's stick this in just because it looks cool. Because like TFS pointed out, they broke the dimensions and then they actually took the time to acknowledge that they did. They were like,
yeah, this is weird. This is a very peculiar situation that we currently find ourselves in.
I didn't suffer through the State of the Union address because I followed the philosophy that you don't actually need to watch Donald Trump. You like, there's no need. It's not necessary to watch him. In fact, it only helps him to watch him, even if you hate him.
You know, it could also be a fun next movie. Redoing the last episode of Dragon Ball Z.
With Oob?
Because let's be honest, at this point, there's no way the last episode of Dragon Ball Z can be canon anymore.
Yeah, they would definitely need to change it up a bit.
Way too much shit has fucking changed.
They'd have to wait a while to do that though. Like Pan has to like grow up a bit. Like they'd have to do like some sort of time skip to do that, and I don't think they want to do that. I think they want to make things
Well, they're getting to the point where like there's not much like time left in like, because they already did like
there's plenty of time left.
They already did like one time skip.
No, I mean Pan's still a fucking baby.
I mean, yeah, she's still a baby and stuff, but like, if I remember right, like the Beerus and Frieza movies, there's a time skip between them.
Not a big one. It's only like a few months at best.
Yeah, but they only got 7 years between like the period they set up and I think they've already gone through like 3 of those years.
I don't think they
got like
have.
4 years left.
I don't think they have. Because Pan was born basically like right after Beerus. And she's still a baby, so.
Yeah, but Saiyan's age weird.
No, I'm pretty sure
Goku was like 3 feet when he was like 15.
I'm pretty sure they still have like many years left before they get to that point.
Maybe. But wasn't Goku like 4 at the start of the original?
No, he was like 10.
I don't think he was. Was he 10?
Yeah.
I remember him being way fucking younger.
No, he was like 10 years old.
No, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of fucking Gohan.
Yeah, Gohan was like 4 in Dragon Ball
Yeah,
Z.
Gohan started off as 4. So that's what I was thinking of. So yeah, like Pan only has like, I mean, maybe like 2. I don't know. Like we haven't seen a 3-year-old Saiyan baby. Then again, Chi Chi was like crazy tiger mom, so she was probably like, as soon as this baby pops out of my pussy, I'm teaching him how to do reading and arithmetic and all this shit.
He's gonna be able to read at a 9th grade level by the time he's fucking 3.
Yeah. You know what'd be cool too? Like a Gohan focused movie. I'm
That
not
would be
saying
good.
I'm not saying completely like remake like BoJack, but like something like BoJack, where like I don't know,
Yeah,
like
I would like for Gohan to get some spotlight again. I mean, I know that he isn't like training all that hard right now because he's got a job and shit and the family and he's trying to support
you know what?
everybody and
You could
blah
use like
blah.
one thing I would if again doing a Gohan movie, I would borrow heavily from BoJack in this regard is like the opening set of like, okay, there's like a weird fucking tournament going on, and
Actually, thinking about it, what if we had a Gohan focused movie that was just about fucking Gohan just trying to be a responsible adult?
or maybe Mr. Saiyan or the Great Saiyan Man,
Yeah. Like, what if we just had like, what
an
if it was
actual
just
Great Saiyan
yeah,
Man
an
movie.
actual Great Saiyaman movie, like an actual like Superman great like superhero Great Saiyaman movie.
I mean, Wise Man, a lot of fucking like, look, Digibro is a good example. A lot of fucking anime YouTubers are fucking snobs.
Yeah,
That's why I like fucking
there's too
Giggle.
many of them that feel like their taste in anime is too cool for school, and
That's why I like Gigunk and his catchphrase basically, anime is trash and so are we.
because I mean, because I mean, Digibro likes to. I saw not that long ago. He actually made a video on Mother's Basement because someone on Patreon asked him to, and he's like, "Well, I'm not gonna do a personal rant. So I'm just gonna do like a meta rant on why I just don't like the way in which he does his channel, and I'm not gonna bring
Because
up that he's a
it's
shill."
popular and more successful than
Well, no,
Digibro's channel.
he did some weird fucking mental gymnastics where he like tried to explain how he thinks that like Jeff does his videos and like formulates his scripts and stuff in such a way that basically made it sound like Jeff was him, but like doing it bad. Like
No.
he's like, when Jeff makes a video saying 2018 was the best year in anime, he doesn't try to prove that. He doesn't go back to 2017, 2016, 2015. He doesn't go back through the years and compare and do an objective analysis. It's
Yeah,
like
that's what people do all the time. Like whenever you see somebody who's like 2018 was the best year for video games, they're always like, so I'm gonna go through 1963, Tennis for Two was created. That was a poor year for video games because there was only one video game invented. So you didn't really have a choice.
yeah, like he starts talking. He's like, I think that what Jeff does, I think that Jeff says what he actually believes when he watches a show. I think he watches a show and he says, I like this, and I'm going to explain why. I'm going to try and explain why I like this and this. I'm like, isn't that what you do? He's like, and in a way, I guess that is kind of what I do, but the difference here is that Jeff latches on to things that are popular. It's like, oh, okay, so he does things which are good for the algorithm, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'll admit he does a bit of the Matt Pat stuff in that regard. But it's
Yeah,
like, look, if you want to be a big channel on YouTube, that's what you gotta fucking do. Like, I admit it with Matt Pat. A lot of my fucking hatred for that is like because he flagrantly fucking talks about it and is like, this is a good thing for YouTube, and it's like, go fuck yourself. No, it's not.
yeah. This Like fucking Digibro's complaining because Jeff basically does videos that are genuinely his opinion and they are what he thinks, but he does them because he thinks that that's going to get him a lot of views, and that's the bad thing. Like it's so fucking stupid.
Like he literally did a video about like, oh yeah, Stan Lee made these 3 really mediocre anime, and I just kind of want to talk about Stan Lee. And he even he even said that in his Stan Lee video, just like, I just want to talk about Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Ego Raptor and his fucking sequelitis for Mega Man X, there's that fucking breaking point in the video where he's just like, look, I just love this game and I just want to fucking talk about some of the shit I love about this game.
That would be like if you fucking like actually had a legit like actual popular Let's Play channel and you're like, listen, I'm just gonna play the games that I know that I'm going to like because
except for Tower Toppler, because that's a fucking dumb meme with my fucking viewership.
Yeah, you'd just be like, I'm just gonna play games that make me happy because I don't want to play games that make me sad.
That was basically my Stardew Valley Let's Play in a nutshell. Just like, look, this is probably going to be a boring Let's Play because like a good chunk of me is just going to be in a Stardew Valley trance of just like, I need to plant these turnips quickly.
Wiseman says that about around the time that we made the podcast on Digibro, he made a video whining about how people aren't allowed to say the N-word. Is that true? Did that happen? I need to look that up.
I mean, he can say it. Nobody's stopping him. Just himself. That's what I hate with a lot of these fucking cowards. And that's what they are when people complain about not being able to say words. It's like, you can say this fucking word. Like, you're stopping yourself. You're doing self-censorship. You're a fucking coward. I bet you cowards don't even smoke crack.
You know what's weird about fucking Digibro saying that like he's pissed off that Jeff like talks about things which are popular now? He's got a weekly thing right now that he's doing about Shield Hero. It's like, okay, that's basically the same thing. Which, by the way, Rise of the Shield Hero is actually pretty good. I like it. I know it's like problematic and shit, but like I don't care. It's actually kind of fun.
I mean, I like Gigunks. Like he liked it too, but I think Gigunks like fucking description of it is the best description for Shield Hero. It's the most isekai anime to ever isekai.
I mean, it is because it's about like fucking what was it like? It's 5 different isekai.
And in a way, it's like, kind of refreshing because it's like, yeah, we're not gonna bother with any of the dumb shit people don't like. We're gonna get straight away to the cool fights and the questionable fan service.
Yeah, and there's a lot of decent comedy in it too.
Yeah, I've noticed that with a lot of isekai, a lot more isekais now, are they're starting to lean into like comedy instead of just being like dreadful and fucking serious.
Yeah, I think Konosuba was a big like kickstart towards that,
and probably Overlord as well.
Yeah, I mean Overlord kind of is.
Overlord is a weird. It is a weird duck. It is
you can't really say that it does like comedy. Really, like it does have like some comedic aspects within it, but like a lot of the episodes
there is that whole like
about people getting killed.
There is that whole chibi. There is that whole chibi spinoff.
I don't know about that one.
Oh, you haven't seen those? Are adorable. It's like a bunch of chibi shorts where it follows like the maids and stuff.
I have not seen that. No.
Oh, it's great. It's hilarious. But yeah, there are like I mean, to be fair, shit's starting to get real, so it's like getting less and less funny.
I mean, shit's been getting real for a pretty long fucking time in that show. Let's be clear here.
True, but now the rest of the world knows that shit's getting real.
Oh God! I mean,
to be fair, also to the series, they did cut out some of the really fucked up elements of the light novel.
I mean, yeah, because there's a lot
Because
of like
there's that during the whole invasion, or I forget what it's called,
when
but
when
it's
when, when the fucking like adventurer people like
going
invaded
to
the fucking
the one
town.
that Shantir fucking captures and kills in the anime.
Yeah,
She,
she turns
she
that bitch into a sex slave in the fucking.
yeah. So remember how fucked up that ending was of her
And
two
to be
little
fair,
sisters being like, when is big sister coming back? It's like that'd be even more fucked up if it went went the direction of the fucking light novel.
so that they could maintain what little wealth they have.
Or just at the very least of not only is your sister not coming back, she's just eating this underage vampire's pussy for all eternity. That's all she does.
Yeah. Uh, and I guess to be like kind of fair to the author, that wasn't his idea originally. Like he put a poll essentially when he was writing that whole arc, and he's like, do you guys want these guys to survive, this like last team that actually has like a story behind them and that we know them as like characters, and does my readership want them to live or die? And the readership is like, fuck them up hardcore. And he's like, okay. So he asked his readership if they wanted something dark, and they said we want it really fucking dark. So he's like, all right.
That's also the other thing with Overlord that makes it such a weird fucking duck. It's like the fandom has an actual say in the series.
Yeah, and you can kind of tell from the fact that the dude
because fandoms they do Dragon Ball, for example, people love fucking buying shit with Frieza on it, you know? That's why Frieza came back. People really love those dumb, awful fucking Broly movies.
That's why Broly
came back. That's why I'm pretty much sure Cooler's probably going to be the next villain in the next movie, because Cooler sells a lot of fucking merch, and Cooler's look at how many people got that fucking Cooler. Look at how badass Cooler is in Fighter Z. He's one of the funnest fucking. He's basically Ariel 16.
Also,
Lundy, I don't know if you've ever played Fighter Z's, but seriously, Cooler is so great. He has this one move where he just will grab you midair with his fucking foot and just smash you into the fucking ground.
He grabs you with his foot.
Yeah, remember how he does with Goku when they're fighting in the river, and he just smashes Goku's head into that rock.
Yeah. So oh, by the way, speaking of Fighter Z, Matt, you have noticed that Videl got released and people are gushing about how awesome she is.
Yeah, she's actually a really good character.
Yeah, apparently she's a striker. She's really fucking good at getting combos together with.
I'm really hoping, because they usually release them in pairs. That kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So it's I forget who was also released with Videl. But so a huge so the big rumor is Master Roshi's coming next. Because the next one's the final DLC pack. So I'm okay, if it's Master Roshi, then I'm thinking it's gonna be Hercule.
Oh, it was Videl and fucking Jiren.
That makes sense. Yeah, Videl and Jiren were both released because fuck it. That's why I probably forgot about it, because it's fuck Jiren. Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit about Jiren?
Jiren is literally the fucking. I'll be honest. Jiren is worse than most of the movie villains.
I feel like Toriyama just wanted to draw Jiren, and he just didn't really have an idea for him.
Yeah.
And so,
in the manga, Jiren actually knocks out Roshi. He knocks Roshi out of the fucking.
Oh, it's Jiren who does it?
Yeah, which really fucking pisses me off.
Ugh.
I'm this is one of the rare few cases where I'm you know what, the anime did it better, fuck you. I'm taking the anime as canon in this case.
The one thing I wish the anime did do that the manga did was the fight between all the gods.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
With fucking Beerus going Ultra Instinct versus the gods.
That would have been a great prelude to like showing everybody like this is what Ultra Instinct is instead of like the fucking confusion that has ensued because of Ultra Instinct. Because have you seen the Ultra Instinct debate with the Broly movie?
Why people think that like, what is it?
So a lot of people are saying like right before Goku gets like knocked out and like Piccolo finds him and like slaps him back up to health, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are like Goku was about to go Ultra Instinct there, and like the big reason he didn't was because he was still conscious. Because like Ultra Instinct's whole fucking thing is like it's basically like the mind is blank, but the body's still there.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people are like, if Piccolo didn't interfere at that point, Goku would have probably went Ultra Instinct.
I don't know, because when is the Broly movie supposed to take place after the Tournament of Power?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think Masako X has talked about this because he's seen both the sub and the dub version, and there's a lot of differences between the sub and the dub version. Like, for example, Paragus is less of a fucking absolute monster.
What, in the dub version?
Yeah, in the sub version.
Oh, in the
Like
sub
in the
version,
original,
he's better.
in the original Japanese version, like Paragus is he's basically kind of sadder. Like he's got kind of more weary. He's kind of a more weary character who's just like just old and fucking tired at this fucking point instead of like just being a prick like he was in the dub. But like I think Masako X talked about like they mention like in a voiceover somewhere like about Jiren and shit.
What they talked about him in the subtitle movie. Okay.
Yeah, like I think the movie opens with like a whole like voiceover explaining like this takes place like after the Universe Survival arc.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, why do
You
they have
know
to
who'd
make
be
Jiren
an
so shitty?
interesting you know who'd be an interesting character to come back because he's really popular with the South American fandom, and I don't know if you know this, Lundy, but do you know the chanting in the theme for the Broly movie is based off of like I don't know if you've seen the videos, but like in Mexico and El Salvador, they aired like the final episode of Dragon Ball Super like on big screen, kind of like New York's, with the big screens and shit. And like all the people are just like chanting like go Goku, go Goku, go go, like that shit. And like the fucking music director for fucking Broly saw that and was like, that chanting's really fucking cool. So he put the chanting
What
in.
is it with South America being like so into Dragon Ball?
Look, Dragon Ball is fucking cool.
I mean, yeah, but like
I've brought this up numerous times, but Dragon Ball Z is basically the WWF, well, good WWE. I mean, you know what? It's WWE. Like, it has its highs and lows. More hit highs with Dragon Ball, obviously.
it's just weird to me, like the idea of the last episode of an anime being shown on a big screen in a city.
Well, you know who's a really big character? It's always like third or fourth in like the popularity polls in like South America. It's Tapion.
Mm-hmm.
And if people don't remember who Tapion is, he's the dude from the movie with the big giant Godzilla bug man. He's yeah, he's the fucking dude who looks like Link and fucking Chrono Trigger did the fusion dance and had a mohawk. Because you know what? That is a cool design. I'm not going to lie. So Toriyama's just like, I just want to reuse this design for a new character. I'd be like, you know what? Fair play.
So do you think that they'll bring back Tapion then?
I can see Tapia. Like, you know what? If especially like you could slot him in. Like he doesn't need to be connected to Harudigan if you don't want him to be. Like maybe he could be like a freedom fighter fighting against Frieza.
Yeah, I could see that.
And like maybe he comes to Earth and he's like, "Hey, I've heard you guys have beat up Frieza before. My planet needs help." So yeah, that's boom. There you go. Again, Toriyama. Come on, we're soulmates.
Wait, I think you mean Soul Brothers.
Yeah, Soul Brothers or whatever. Like, because people, because we've had this discussion before. Akira Toriyama is me if I wrote a manga. Where it's like, I don't want to draw this fucking tail anymore.
I'm just gonna come up with a fucking reason to get rid of it.
I don't want to color in this hair anymore. But you know what really cinches it with Toriyama is the fact that all the villains are based off of the editors he fucking hates. Because that is 100% a thing I would do.
That's mostly the Cell Saga, though. That's mostly what that was.
No, fucking. Also, King Piccolo was based off of an editor.
Was he?
And yeah. And Fat Boo was based off of an editor, but Fat Boo was an editor he liked, which is why Fat Boo came back as a good guy.
I love the idea of like Toriyama just like hating all of his editors.
So this is going to explain everything about the Boo saga and why he based Fat Boo off of this editor. This was the editor who was basically just like, you know what, you do whatever you want, Toriyama. I'm just going to sit here and not do anything because I'm the editor. So that really explains like the Boo saga. It's like the editor was just like, I'm too lazy to do my job. You just do whatever. You print money, basically.
And Toriyama was like, that's the kind of editor I need.
Yeah, this is the guy I like. He's just going to leave me alone and let me wear my gas mask.
Instead of the other editors who are all making fun of me for my fucking character designs.
Yeah.
Every story you hear about Toriyama just it just makes him more.
I love
funny.
him. I just love him.
He's not the best writer in the world. I mean, we can all be honest about that. You know, he's got a lot of fucking problems, but Jesus fucking Christ, is he fucking hilarious. He just does what he thinks, what he wants to do. He just wants to have fun with what he makes, and there's nothing wrong with that, really.
Yeah. He's not the Rurouni Kenshin guy who's just living in an apartment made of child porn. Like the cops literally bust in. It's like everything's child porn. It's like that fucking weird Japanese game show where it's like everything's chocolate in this room.
Well, that one fucking like mass murderer who fucking that serial killer who like skinned everybody. Like instead of like people's skin, it was just child porn, just like a couch made out of child porn.
And it's just like, this is an excessive amount. like you could argue like morally that like one child porn is an excessive amount, but like this is definitively like nobody's going to argue on this case of like, yeah, this is too much child pornography.
even child porn, like fucking people would be like, that's way too much child porn.
Yeah, even Jared Fogle would be like, this is just a little too much. Personally, I wouldn't have a refrigerator made out of child porn. Like, how does it keep things cold? Child porn is not a good insulator of heat or cold. That would be makes me. But you know what, Lundy? You know what's funny, Lundy? I was actually talking to somebody in the Destiny room, Bali. I think you remember him. He's a huge fan of Rurouni Kenshin, and I pulled a U on him.
What you reminded him that the Shishio arc is not the last one.
Yes.
and
And he was like, oh yeah, they're I still am mad at you for that.
Are you more mad about the Rurouni Kenshin, or are you more mad about the Code Geass?
Honestly, I was more, like, I'm probably more mad about the Rurouni Kenshin thing because like Code Geass is like, you know what? I didn't really like it to begin with all that much. I like it more for the brilliant abridged series.
Yeah, that is a fucking great fucking abridged series.
I wish it continued.
Yeah, Purple Eyes, what the fuck? I don't know what he's doing now. I guess he's like a nurse or some shit. Like, I don't know. But like, I really wish he would finish that. That would be fucking great.
I hope he's not dead.
Matt, here's something that I want to do. I want to read off the opponents in the underground fighting rink in Yakuza 0 and their details to you and see what you think about them. Let me see here. So, we'll start out with somebody who's semi-serious. Fabio Garcia. He is guilty of gun trade, robbery, and murder.
Wow, just right off the bat, I'm just like, yeah, this guy killed a guy. Good luck.
He is known as the Colombian Lord of Fear. Hailing from a South American nation infamous for its political instability, Fabio was feared even among the crime bosses there. It was said that one whisper was all he needed to get anyone put to death. He left the country with the government mobilizing the army in a fierce battle against organized crime. This underground fighting arena is a safe house to him.
Did this just turn into Black Lagoon?
This
guy sounds like a guy from Black Lagoon.
In a way, I guess. Iwao Tobiyama, guilty of repeated prison escapes. Nicknamed Birdman,
that's kind of a downgrade.
Nicknamed Birdman, Tobiyama has possibly the highest number of successful prison breaks on his record. Prison escapes are something of a hobby for him, so he commits crimes just to get in. When a prison warden committed suicide, unable to bear the ridicule after yet another escape, his peers arranged to have Tobiyama sent to the arena. Ooh, here's one that you'll like. Demon Bear. Also known as the one and only man-eater. It's a literal bear. A huge bear captured
I was just going to ask that, and yes, I love it.
A huge bear captured near the Arctic about 10 years ago. Multiple tests have shown that this bear possesses extraordinary strength, speed, and intelligence rivaling that of humans. As research team members kept getting eaten and at the costs of keeping this ever-hungry animal fed were simply too high, it was eventually donated to the arena where it could feed to its heart's content.
Why did the Yakuza zombie game need to be in an alternate dimension? Why could that just been a thing that happens? They have like a literal demon bear, apparently.
Vengeful Otake, guilty of revenge murders. Otake used to offer his services to the victims of heinous crimes and their families to exact revenge for the wrongs committed against them. He thought he was doing the right thing until he killed the target and then was hired by their family to take revenge for his death. After that eye-opener, he came willingly to the arena.
So he's just a dumb guy.
Invisible Hanzo, also known as the American Ninja. An American assassin relying on ninja skills, many considered him a joke at first, but he gradually built his reputation in the criminal underworld as a capable and precise killer. He came to the arena driven by curiosity about Japan, the country where his fighting style originated. a literal weeaboo. Red Lip Yamamoto, also known as the clown with cops in his pocket. He is a clown.
That is the best title ever.
A buffoon with plenty of inherited money and murderous tendencies. Every now and then, he'd kidnap someone and bring them back to his mansion, where he'd kill them at his leisure, paying off the police so they'd ask no questions. Pleas for justice finally reached one of the patrons of the arena. Let me see here. Manhunter Gondo, guilty of 200 quote-unquote accidental shootings. Gondo was a law-abiding hunter until one day he was accidentally wounded by a poacher. From then, he would single-mindedly track down poachers, which would have been commendable were it not for the fact that they would often end up getting shot, mistaken for a deer, or hit by a stray bullet, as Gondo put it. Before a case could be brought against him, he suddenly vanished.
He sounds like a cool dude.
Yeah. Peeping Shibata, guilty of knowing too much.
Him and the bear should team up.
Shibata was a very curious man. This incorrigible Peeping Tom would still have led a more or less normal life if his curiosity hadn't led him to inadvertently witness certain activities of the criminal underworld. Given a choice between death and the arena, he chose the latter, a decision he probably now regrets.
Yeah, that's just death, but slower. Or prolonged, or like postponed. Yeah, it's just postponed death.
Agent Asagiri, quote-unquote licensed assassinations. Asagiri claims to have been issued a license to kill. He freely admits to being involved in several high-profile murders, but does not consider it a crime. As for the secret government agencies, they deny any such license have been granted to him, or that such licenses even exist. It's easy to see why he ended up here. Don't you love that idea of somebody who's just like, yeah, I have a license to kill. Of course they tell you that I don't have one. They're not supposed to tell you.
Yeah. That's like brilliant. But in like one of those criminal psychotic ways.
This one is most close to you. Cyclist Wajima, guilty of 3,000 bicycle thefts.
Why am I the bicycle thief?
Let me explain. Stealing 3,000 bicycles is not a good thing, but it's not the kind of crime that usually lands you in the arena. Except this particular bicycle thief also happened to murder the boss of an opposing criminal organization, and then, to add insult to injury, he stole his bike. The police dropped this case due to insufficient evidence. It's like, bitch, I'll steal your bike.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't see the connections.
You don't see the connection? I could totally fucking if you were like a criminal dude, I could see you as being somebody who would just steal something that's like not really all that valuable, but you steal like a lot of them, and then somebody would get pissed off with you, and then you just like kill them and then just steal the same thing from them just to fuck with them. Just
well, I wouldn't be fucking with them if they're dead.
To be fair, if you are making any money off of it, might as well steal it. Fist of God.
Like the bear makes more sense.
Premeditated assault. This is his name is Fist of God, by the way. Also known as hero by day, villain by night. A young man who was known as a local hero defending the weak from thugs and perverts. What the public never found out was that there were no villains to fight. When there were no villains to fight, their hero would brutally assault innocent passersby, run away, beat up a different person, and then frame them as the assailant.
You're just wasting all these good ideas on like characters who like, yeah, you just gotta beat him up and kill him.
I know, right?
That's like a Travis touchdown. Like, that's like a better No More Heroes like 3 than like what we actually got. Oh, they fucking
Mr. Phantom, guilty of 10 counts of murder. An escaped convict who has long evaded capture by assuming the identity of his victims, whenever it seemed like the police were on his track, he'd kill again, mutilate the body beyond recognition, and then assume the new identity. But even he realized he could not go on like this forever, so he fled to the arena. Used to concealing his identity, he now wears a mask.
Oh yeah, Lundy, Goat told me, I don't know how long ago this was, I just finally saw it on Discord. Goat told me to tell you he's going to put you in a headlock for your lunch money.
Okay.
Because he's working out at the gym and thinking about you. That's what I take away from that message.
That's probably because of all the times I bully him on the fucking podcast.
Yeah, he wants to bully your lips.
He wants to bully my lips.
Yeah, with his lips.
Ginger Chapman, 10 unproved murders. No body, no crime. Suspected of committing serial murders in Japan, but never officially charged, as the crimes could not be proven, with the bodies eaten. Not even a speck of blood could be found. He made sure to quickly do the dishes after each meal. The victims' families had no doubt as to his guilt, however, and saw to it that this criminal was taken off the streets for good.
This is like a weird place. I'm not gonna lie. This is like the fucking weird hotel from fucking Old Boy.
Houghton Moribay, corruption and match fixing. His career path started in the world of sumo, but took him to national politics. Certain politicians made quite a lot of money through his match fixing, but his luck ran out when the media found out about his shady dealings. He faked his own death and disappeared, and now here he is, making a new name for himself in the arena. He is a sumo wrestler who dresses up in a suit.
That's fun.
That is fun. I think the bear is definitely the best one of all.
Yeah. It's also the most confusing because it's like, what did the bear do?
It got taken away from Antarctica, and then
I guess it ate a guy.
And then it just kept eating people.
Was the family just like, look, it ate our husband because we're a bunch of Mormons. It ate our brother husband, and we're Japanese, so we know about this weird fucking battle arena in this fucking district where, yeah, if you pay them, they'll abduct a person and put them in here to fight to the death.
Well, from the way that it's written, it sounds like this was kind of like like this is sort of like putting the bear out to pasture, so to speak. Like, apparently the people were like, well, we can't afford to keep feeding it, especially because it keeps eating everybody. So we're going to send it to this place where he can just eat all the competitors. He'll have fun there.
I can still eat walruses and shit and fucking, because I'm assuming it's a polar bear by the description.
No, it's an Arctic bear that's also black.
Huh.
I assume that was the first thing that got everyone's attention when they were exploring. They're like, what the fuck is that thing doing here?
Is it eating a dude? Yeah, it's eating a dude.
Kazuya
we should
Chidori.
Send it to a battle arena.
Kazuya Chidori, guilty of murder while drunk. A normally quite harmless Yakuza who turns into a sly and bloodthirsty murderer after a few drinks, his split personality was exploited by his family, who'd get him drunk and then send him out to do dirty work. The police were confused when they brought in the sober Chidori for questioning, but when legal issues are a problem, this arena is the answer. That's not fair. He's you can't just
why isn't his family in the arena?
Yeah, like his family should be the fucking people who are in here. Like, that's bullshit. Like, they're the ones exploiting him.
Yeah, just send this guy to fucking AA.
Everyone else is basically kind of like bog standard. Like, they killed people, blah blah. There's one dude who's like a fucking ex-boxer. Like, he became a boxer specifically just so he could kill people accidentally and it'd be like legal. Yeah. None of the rest of them are as fun as that.
That's not as good of a plan as you would think. That's like really, that's one of those dumb, like, oh man, like, just buy gold, like one of those dumb things, or like you're dumb, like a dumb stoner would say, like, man, if you wanted to kill people, just become a wrestler and drag people on the net. And it's like after probably, like after the second one, people would be like, is this motherfucker doing this intentionally?
Apparently, this guy got away with it 80 fucking times. I'm not
That's
sure.
really dumb.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'm willing to at least give like 3.
Before he's just not allowed to fight again. They're like, you keep killing people, man.
Yeah, I'm willing to at least go like, okay, like one's an accident, 2 is weird, 3's at the point where it's like, are you fucking doing this shit intentionally?
Oh shit. But yeah, those are some of the people in the arena, which is fun. When I saw that I could look up the people that I fight and and like figure out who they are, I'm like, oh, this has got to be like full of fun things. And then I fought a bear, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Because you don't actually get to see their profiles until after you fight them. So I didn't know there was a fucking bear. I was just in the arena doing a tournament, and then all of a sudden, big ass fucking bear. And I'm like, what is the fuck?
Again, why is the one with zombies in an alternate universe? In a universe where there's a weird ass battle arena
that has a demon bear in it.
Yeah, why not fucking just be like, hey. Also, look who's here to take your lunch money and bully your lips.
Is this where the losers are meeting up?
I don't know.
It's time for nerd tax.
Yeah, because you know what? Loser stands for lovely...
original...
stupid...
I don't know a good word that's
everyone's retarded. Take that.
That doesn't work at all. That doesn't work at all.
It's just that picture of it's that picture of the bully from Dexter's Lab, the one from the episode. He's just got a shirt that says, "I hate kids that know anagrams."
Yeah, so that was the trick, Lundy, goat. Now you're the nerd because you came up with the anagram.
Damn.
Also, you gotta steal your own lunch money now.
Also, there's 2 of us and 1 of you.
Yeah. And Matt's too high to feel pain, so.
Yeah, but I just got back from the gym, so I've got full hypertrophy going on right now.
That's fine.
I'm ready to fuck everyone up, including myself.
I just trip you. And then have Matt sit on you.
No.
Yeah.
No, not my feet.
I'd just bring a gun or something.
Matt taking it to the next level as usual.
Yeah, just go to the or trebuchet. Like trick you onto a trebuchet.
Yeah.
And just be like, nah, Lundy, I got this. And you just see me setting up a trebuchet.
His lead go over to the trebuchet. For some reason, Go doesn't realize it's like the whole thing. Yeah, Matt's covered the whole thing in leaves and made it look like a pseudo tree or like a pseudo set of trees.
Pseudo wudo.
You got the fucking 6-pack of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, just put a 6-pack right there.
Yeah, like E.T. like ooh, a Dr. Pepper.
The goat
ooh, a Dr. Pepper. Ooh, a Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking, I thought you were gonna pull out, like, when you were like trying to figure out something other than gun to go with, I thought you were gonna go with crossbow. Because like, who uses a crossbow anymore, right?
Now I'm gonna go. And then it's like, no, let's go trebuchet, the thing that like Hicks used to fling pumpkins across a field.
But like a
Also-
giant trebuchet, like from the medieval times where they would like throw boulders at like fucking walls to try and crash them down.
Yeah.
Also, I
And
had
now
a weird.
inbreds just use it for a good time on a Saturday.
Yeah. I had a Matt moment when I came home.
Did you forget literally everything that you were doing?
No, I picked up Subway on my way, and I fucking laid my bag of like my sandwich and shit down, and then I turned back around, and for some reason, when I spin around really quickly, I thought that there was a cat there. For some reason, I thought the bag was in the shape of the cat, and I thought that Stabby had
That's
gotten
not a
me.
mat. That's like a fucking cat and cucumber thing.
What's a cat and cucumber thing?
You never see those videos where if you put like a cat's eating and then you put a cucumber down behind it, they'll freak the fuck out.
I have never seen that before.
I've never seen that. I can honestly say I've never fucking seen that.
How have
To be
you
fair-
never seen that shit? That was like a big fad like 2-3 years ago.
Matt, I didn't know what the fucking slob squat was when you explained it to me the first time. I have no idea like half the shit you talk about.
Matt, when
You
are
guys
you
are
gonna make a
slurs.
new? When are you gonna?
Matt, where are
make a
you gonna
video
kill
for-
yourself?
When are you gonna make a new video for
We got
your
7
Napalm
years.
Cups of Gaming?
Okay. Where you get what on Lundy? What's your
Never, because I forgot the password for it.
Oh. Can't you just like get that changed?
Probably, but I'm lazy. So
Listen, you have like 4 fans who are like eagerly awaiting the revival of Napalm
Plus,
fucking Gaming.
I have like fucking. I don't have that many viewers on this channel. Why I'm gonna split up my fucking content for 2 channels?
it's because you took off like a year to go on fucking Discord and do dumb shit with us instead of making content.
Yeah.
Like you had a bunch of people come from the Sargon Thunderfoot video, and you just never did anything with them.
Yeah.
You could totally fucking revive your gaming
be right back.
channel. I think there is a dedicated, maybe small, but still dedicated fan base who would like to see that get revived.
Look, I would post it to this channel.
Well, that's fine. Either one, so long as you like do it. Like everyone, all of your viewers,
Me and a
know
coffee
you-
cake.
all of
That's
your
what
viewers
you're
love when you do gaming shit. Like everyone who watches you loves when you do gaming shit. I have a stepbrother. I showed him some of your gaming videos. He loved you. He thought you were fucking hilarious. Mostly because you swore a lot. He liked that.
I can do that. You're a really fucking crumbly coffee cake.
Matt, ever the professional.
Man, this shit is fucking dry.
Ah, Jesus, Matt.
But yeah, you know what I've been doing a lot now, because at first it was unintentional, but now that I know what it sounds like, I've been doing it intentionally on a very public spank it. I have these fucking light, like breath saver mints,
Yeah.
and when I fucking eat them, it just sounds gravel. See what I'm talking about? Like I'm
Hey,
a rock biter.
I know he's out there somewhere. Adam, you like this? You fucking like this right now? You fucking ASMR loving fucking piece of
Yeah,
shit.
you want to be the breath mint?
Yeah. Also, sorry, I had to go turn on a fucking heater. It is really fucking cold here.
How cold is it?
Like 28 degrees. Oh, you expected me to fall in that retard trap, sir? No, thank you.
No, I was just curious as to exactly how
Oh.
cold it was.
I thought you were doing
That's very similar to how it was here last week, and probably what it's going to be like this week as well.
I thought you were gonna do a match game reference on me.
No.
It's so cold out.
It's so cold! No, I don't care.
How cold is it? It's so cold that if Charles Nelson Riley got pneumonia, he's probably got it. Well, he probably got pneumonia anyway, but that was a gay joke.
I saw a story about how I guess Bolsonaro might have pneumonia. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really seeing if Comrade Pneumonia is going to make an appearance. That's going to be interesting.
Comrade Pneumonia has not shown up in quite some time.
Yeah, he's here to avenge the death of his cousin, Comrade Tumor.
Yeah.
They were
Though
both
Comrade
South
Tumor
American.
he did finish his mission before he left.
He did. But South America was disgraced, so he has to come in and fulfill the mission. It's like at the end of the first Tremors movie, they didn't bring back Kevin Bacon, but they brought back Fred Willard or whatever the fuck his name is, Fred Ward.
So, wacky
Nobody watched
comedy
Tremors 2.
hijinks idea here, guys. We probably can't do this now because John McCain's been in the ground too long. But how great would it be if we had like a giant road trip to go to fucking wherever John McCain's buried and just dig him up and get Comrade Tumor out and put him in a little jar?
I thought this was going somewhere else when you said giant. I thought you were gonna say like, let's make a giant ant farm with fucking John McCain's body in the center of it and just like watch it from the outside as all the ants try to get to the center. There's like an amazing race between the ants and the worms. Who gets there first?
Somehow that's even weirder than what I thought.
Well, my idea is weird because, first of all, how are we going to get this large amount of dirt? Second,
I mean, dirt's
where am I
everywhere.
going to find an ant farm that big? I guess we could steal the world's largest ant farm.
We just make it one. That's another weird
take too
YouTube
long.
obsession of mine, Lundy, is like ant farm videos.
Oh, I found like a new obsession that I got because fucking Medicare talked about it on his stream. There's a guy who is using like he's using like you know those little toy dump trucks and like bulldozers and shit where it's like you can have the little remote control and move them around.
No.
Fuck you.
Why? Oh, sorry.
He's been digging up his basement with those for like 6 years.
Okay.
And he's made progress. He's been using them to make his basement wider.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say about it. You're being a fucking Nancy right now.
What's a Nancy exactly? What does that mean? Explain.
You're the Nancy to my Ronnie Reagan. You're gonna be by my side when I die from Alzheimer's in 3 years.
I don't think I will be. I I think I'll probably end up finding somebody else. Somebody who actually is able to satisfy me, you know. That's
fair.
You know, I toughed it out with you for a long time. You know, I think I deserve somebody
Yeah.
who actually loves me for who I am instead of what they idealize me as being.
Again, at the top of the show, I'm going to die alone because I'm going to wander off in the woods.
Yeah.
I thought you weren't gonna have the woods for much longer.
I mean, there's still the woods on the one side of my house.
You're gonna do it before the city gets there.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave.
It's gonna be his final protest. He said.
It's gonna be a little Easter egg for them
I'm
to
gonna
find.
become like a Mendham, but I'm just gonna be yelling at the fucking city council of like, why won't you let me die in the woods?
It's just an aerial shot of Matt, like those fucking pictures of the Brazilian like tribes people aiming arrows at fucking helicopters. It's just Matt. He's just like flipping off the camera or throwing his own shit. I'm not sure which one would happen more often. Probably both, actually.
I've been spending the better part of the last few hours trying to get max rank in this fucking dumb shit fucking fighting arena thing.
I mean, if you
What
already
fighting
fought the bear,
Yeah, I mean, there's probably not anything more fun than the fucking bear.
What kind of arena is this?
It's some fucking dumb shit underground fighting arena called the fucking River Styx.
Oh, in Yakuza? Or...
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, I'm legitimately fighting in a fucking arena right now, guys. I'm doing that while podcasting. I found a place.
I'm at the Cell Games right now.
Yeah.
I'm in one of the unfunny ones in the middle, somewhere between Sonic the Hedgehog and, I don't know, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Which was your favorite fucking like Cell Game parody fucking video that they did?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Was it?
I like though.
Well, they just made the power scaling as evident as possible.
Yep. I like that one, and I kind of like the Death Note one just for the Willem Dafoe. Ugh. So in the Death Note with Willem Dafoe in it, does he like at some point does he smash his penis with a well no wait, does he smash it and then jerk off and come blood? I just want to know if he, I want to know if he leads up to like is this going to be
I'm a simple man.
Yeah.
My favorite is the Kenshiro one.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good one.
I like that one. You gotta eat that.
Okay, now you're dead. No, you are. Again, already. Shit.
That was pretty good. What was your least favorite?
Also, the Pokemon's really good.
Least
Is
favorite?
that fucking Frieza?
Yeah.
I don't even know what. Oh yeah, and the Yu-Gi-Oh one.
Least favorite for me was probably the Sonic, honestly.
Yeah, Sonic was kind of boring.
Guys, we made reference. Look, Knuckles can't fly.
Ryu and Ken. I also was like, eh.
Honestly, all
Part
of the
where he-
fucking Machinima ones I didn't like.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew they had to do Saitama and Genos. And, you know, fucking punchline there being that they didn't actually do Saitama.
Yeah.
Which I thought was that's the only justified like ending. That's the only way you can do that. Yeah, I didn't like the Deadpool versus Cell one either.
I think that's literally just because Takahata thinks that he has a really good Deadpool impression. It worked on Death Battle. Oh yeah, that was something. Did everyone see what happened to Screw Attack?
Yeah, they rebranded their fucking channel to be the Death Battle channel.
Yeah,
because nobody gives a single shit about anything else they do.
Oh man, I'm really gonna miss Stuttering Craig. Just kidding. I'm like 99.99% of the audience and forgot who he was back in like 2011. So fuck it.
I actually love the fact that they did that. It's kind of like just giving in, you know? It's like they gave up. They're just like, fine, we just do the death battles now.
I mean, it's literally probably the one thing that gave them the most amount of money.
By a large margin.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck else were they producing that even kind of even approached those numbers at all for death
And
battles?
it's the worst thing they've ever done.
It's the most controversial thing they've ever done. You don't like it because
Yeah,
you don't like
because
a lot
they're
of their
always
conclusions.
fucking wrong.
No, they're not always wrong, Matt. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, they are.
They are not always wrong.
They
Shut
are
up.
wrong
Luigi-
like 90%
Luigi-
of the
In fact,
time.
saying that they're wrong at all is fucking retarded, and you know that.
Luigi would have fucked up Tails. That's the only bullshit one.
A lot of
Yeah,
bullshit.
you can't say that they were wrong about a thing that's impossible to test.
You're talking to Matt.
Yeah.
I can still say that you can't do that. I mean,
Yeah,
you
can say it.
can.
It's just-
It won't make any sense that you're doing it, but you can say it.
again,
It's like you can say "scoobly doobledorp" whenever I ask you a question, and that is an answer. It doesn't make any sense though.
that's gonna be my future rap name. Thank you. Roopily Doopy Dorp. New album coming out this March.
What's the album's name?
It's
Like at
just
this
the,
point,
it's just the
definitive
N-word.
that
Dooply
it would be
Jams?
Superman.
no, it's just the N word. Hard R. I get signed by fucking ICP's label. But I just mix up. I fucking put like actual like party makeup, like
Oh.
what they would give, where it's like a kid's thing, where it's just like a fucking tiger on my face.
Black Dog, Death Battle's gonna keep going so long as they keep getting attention, and
Oh yeah,
they're gonna keep getting attention so long as they just keep fucking having like popular characters from things in their Death Battles, because everybody. That's just something that like everybody fucking constantly talks about, like who's winning a fight between Katara
I'll
and
admit,
Katara.
I watch them out of just spite and hate at this point.
Yeah. And even if you like, Matt's the type of person, like even if he agrees with the outcome of the death battle, he'll still disagree with it just out of spite. so that he can continue to say that they're always wrong.
They'll probably keep going until they get to the point where they just make up battles that make no fucking sense. Like there's no connection whatsoever.
Yeah, and
then people are gonna say this is horse shit.
Yeah, battles like who would win a fight between Superman and Sonic?
It's like it's like that one epic rap battle that nobody likes to talk about. Fucking Genghis Khan versus
and the Easter Bunny. I like that one. I thought it was cute.
They explained that, or I think Lloyd explained it during an interview. He was asked like, "What was the thought process behind that?" And he was just like, "That's just something really, really cute and something really fucking terrifying going up against each other."
That was kind of that I understood that. It was, I mean, that was kind of. That was kind of the way in which they couched it with even the introductions. Genghis Khan versus the Easter Bunny. Like it's very clear.
You picked up on something that probably a good 80% of the epic rap battle fandom couldn't pick up on at the time.
Whatever. It's a very. I thought it was simple, but whatever.
What did you think of the? What did you?
Maybe
think
it would have been better. Maybe a better version of that would have been like Genghis Khan versus Fred Rogers.
No, he already fought Mr. T.
Yeah,
he can come back.
No,
they don't like to bring people back unless they're doing the exact same battle again.
What did you think of Bruce Jenner versus fucking what the fuck is it? Bruce Banner?
Yeah, I didn't like that one. I mean,
yeah,
I can't really say that there's anyone that they did that I didn't like. At least nod my head to, being like, okay, this is at least like fun to listen to. But like, I don't
one
know.
pissed off a lot
If
of people.
well, I understand why it pissed off a lot of people. It didn't piss
Yeah.
me off. It was just like it felt like they weren't really trying that hard on that one.
No, yeah. The reason that pissed them off is because they were like, "Oh, I see the agenda you're pushing. It's
Yeah,
interesting
you're
that
trying
Hulk
to legitimize Jenner as being a woman.
What was that?" And they were saying like, "Wow, it's really saying something that Hulk didn't get a return voice. He didn't get another verse." And like Lloyd had to explain, like, he's the Hulk. He
Yeah,
doesn't talk
He
a lot.
doesn't talk a lot. He just
What's-
doesn't. Like obviously, as the Hulk, he wasn't gonna be doing a verse.
Now, granted, that doesn't bring up the quality of the battle, but it,
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
fucking-
the quality could have been way better. I think they could have done a lot better. I think they were just. I think that was during one of their burnout phases. I think so.
I think one of their worst is still Lady Gaga versus Sarah Palin.
Yeah, that one was.
I did not like that.
I didn't actually even like to listen to that one, like because
No.
there's a difference. There's a difference to me between a bad rap battle and just a bad song that they do, you know. Because
Like
and that's that one, and I didn't really like the Oprah Winfrey Ellen DeGeneres one either.
I kind of it kind of like goes one way or the other depending on what day I'm listening to it. The one I hear a lot of people say they hate is the Miley Cyrus Joan of Arc.
That one's all right. I'm all right with that one.
I liked it.
I know another one that's like a really big fucking problem for a lot of people is the Thomas Jefferson and fucking
Frederick Douglass.
Frederick Douglass one, yeah.
I like that
Because-
one.
Mainly because Thomas Jefferson's entire second verse is like, look, I tried it in the slave trade.
I think that's funny that people get upset about that, but not the fucking George Washington versus William Wallace episode.
Where Wallace brings up that George Washington owned slaves like
That's
3
literally
fucking times.
That's what he keeps going over in all of his verses is like,
Yeah.
you're a fucking slave owning piece of shit.
Yeah. And Washington doesn't even
he just
bite
shrugs.
back at it.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't even acknowledge it. He just moves on from that.
No, there's one thing where I think Wallace has a verse where he said something about like, I don't care about your clothes, you whipped all of them out of slave black folks. And he just kind of turns to the camera and just gives like a shoulder shrug. Yeah.
Yeah.
One that a lot of people don't like, but I kind of like is the Billy Mays versus Ben Franklin.
That one I kind of like it. That to be fair, that's one of their like early days ones where they were still kind of like trying to figure out their rhythm and what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
I think the verses were fine. It's just the way it was set up was just bizarre.
Yeah.
Like Ben Franklin, he wasn't really a salesperson, so to speak.
No.
So the connection's a little. I mean, he's not known for that. Is the thing. He's
Maze's
known for
verses
being an
were-
inventor and a diplomat.
Maze's verses were like a little weird because it seemed like for some reason he was very like clean. I get that that's probably like the joke with it, but like it was very like, what is it? He calls him a lumpy pumpkin or something at one point.
Lumpy bumpkin.
Who invented the mail?
Yeah.
We used to we
Hi, Billy
actually,
Mays here with a special TV offer. Watch me crush this big fat foppish founding father.
we watched like some of those that we were allowed to in middle school. Like when we had nothing to do.
The ones that you were allowed to. So did they already like know about it and they were like, these are the ones that are okay?
No, the ones that we could find that were censored.
Okay.
They really did not like when they found like a playlist of it, but someone had the uncensored one of Bill O'Reilly versus John Lennon.
Oh Jesus.
I got switched off at I'd rather suck George Bush's dick than Yoko Ono's.
Another one that I like it, but I'm kind of like I'm biased because I feel like a lot more can be done. Was
Yeah.
the East versus West philosophers one?
I thought that was okay.
I think they did. I think they did fine. There's just so much more that they could have done. Like I
Yeah.
feel like with a lot of the verses that like Nietzsche and with Nietzsche's verses and verses, it was less them dissing and more them just bigging themselves up,
Yeah.
which I think was not a good way to basically said twice like I wrote the Art of War. It's like, is that the only thing you know about Sun Tzu? Because I mean, to be fair, that is the thing that he's mostly known for. So Confucius makes a Nazi joke at Nietzsche's expense. Nietzsche doesn't really come back at that, and I feel like he could have. I don't know. There's a lot of missed opportunities in that one, but now I'm kind of biased.
I did like me no Third Reichy.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like a weird pseudo racist thing about how Chinese people pronounce fucking words.
Yeah.
While also like
they got in a couple of Wu-Tang references too. I noticed that.
Yeah.
I got in Redman and
I think Lao Tzu saying, "I'll make you move, bitch. Get out the way." I think that was better than what people give it credit for.
Yeah.
Because that was his philosophy, was the way. So, you know, it makes a lot of sense that would kind of be like his main line. But I don't know. Another one that I wasn't like a huge fan of. Ninja Turtles versus the Artists.
Yeah, that one was iffy.
That one was a little weak.
I think the guys from Smosh did okay for the most part. Like, it wasn't really their performance that was like. It's just that some of the verses weren't the best from what I remember.
Honestly, mostly it was the Ninja Turtles verses that just felt really weak. You know what one I really like is that like almost nobody really talks about is Wonder Woman versus Stevie Wonder.
I heard a lot of people get mad about that one too.
I like that one. I think it's really fucking good. Maybe it's just T-Pain just does a really good fucking job, but goddamn, that was good.
I liked Jim Henson versus Stan Lee.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Jim Henson didn't really have like much in the way of like punchlines. So
no,
like
Kermit did most of them.
Well, Kermit only did like 2, I think. Like
Jack Kirby.
I admire all the genius that it took for you to sign your name on all of Jack Kirby's comic books.
Avenging. I think that was the whole thing, was that like Jim would just have setups. Like he had setups that were compliments, and then Kermit was his actual like inner voice being like also
like saying something passive aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that dynamic they were going for with that.
Yeah, I like that thought process.
And then when he says that he actually admires Stan Lee, Kermit leaves because they're no longer like fighting.
Yeah, which, to be honestly, I got some feels with the first time I saw it. and I saw them like, I had Stan Lee being like, "You were gone too soon. You were like watching a beautiful sunset at noon." I was like, fuck, right in the heart. God damn it.
I still think one of the best is still Newton versus Bill Nye, though.
Just because it's Weird Al.
Yeah, pretty much.
Weird Al does comedy fucking songs perfectly. He's just really fucking good. He's such a goofy Newton.
Yeah. The one that I wasn't like a huge fan of was Mozart versus Skrillex. That was another one.
That one was kind of one of their mediocre ones for me. Like I don't mind it. It's just
Did you see them do it live?
Yeah, and Skrillex came out.
Yeah. By the way, did you watch that video I linked of like he literally sounds exactly like Jonah Hill?
No. I didn't watch that.
That's a PSA for everyone who's still listening to this. Skrillex sounds exactly like Jonah Hill, and you could look it up and find it easily. They sound exactly the same.
So, Monsieur, I don't know what you mean when you say the Russian one was Suka Byat.
Bitch made? I don't fucking know Russian.
I don't know.
I know Suka is bitch. Oh yeah, Matt, you haven't been talking much. Are you still here, or
Stalin was okay, no Trotsky.
I was just making sure you hadn't died.
No, I've just been eating mints.
So, well, I mean, they had Lenin. I think Lenin was more important than Trotsky when you look at the three. I think Stalin and Lenin were more important than Trotsky.
I can understand why they use Rasputin, but I kind of wish they had used. I get why they used him, but it would have been interesting to see Trotsky in there. Do they make a reference to him, or no?
Yeah, Stalin did. Part of Lenin took Trotsky out of the picture.
Yeah, there it is.
I'll backhand you harder than a bitch slut Hitler.
Oh yeah, another one I liked was the Elvis versus Michael Jackson one.
Yeah.
I
think that one was pretty good.
Just for the line, "It's about time for a Thrilla." Didn't lose any chocolate. I just added vanilla. Yeah.
You're a creeper, dude. You'll have to grab your own wanger. Fucking old Elvis is funny as shit.
Yeah.
I want to let you marry my daughter because a nigga never bang her. You think you're tough? Man, you look like Tootie.
Bruce Lee versus Clint Eastwood was pretty good too.
Yeah, but Clint Eastwood, I wanted Bruce Lee to win that, but Clint Eastwood. Yeah. That last fucking line, Jesus fucking Christ.
That's a pretty good last diss.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Beat you in round 2, but that'd be unbelievable. No one in your family ever lives to see a sequel. Like, Jesus Christ.
Another one I'm not good, like a huge fan of was definitely Master Chief versus Leonidas.
I thought that one was fun. It wasn't like great, but it was fun. It was a fun song.
Frank Sinatra versus Freddie Mercury is another one of my I like that one.
Yeah, I think they did that one really well. Like, yeah, Freddie clearly won that one, but like, put Freddie against anybody, he's probably gonna win. Honestly,
I was gonna say, was that based on the fact that they acknowledged that he's bisexual?
Well, that too. Because he took one from both teams from a disease no one knew existed.
Donald Trump one was iffy, in my opinion. You know, that one, they actually got like a fan to help write that.
The Donald Trump one?
Yeah. He was the guy. He would do like analysis of.
Oh yeah, he does the critical analysis videos.
Yeah, and he made his own, and those are just kind of. I mean, there was one that was like Pee Wee Herman versus somebody. I can't remember who it was, but I remember.
Like his aren't really like that good, like production wise or anything like that. Like
the fuck did he have? Oh yeah, it was it Ernest? Hold on. Oh, it was Hugh Hefner. Okay.
Okay. He Nice Peter and him talk a lot. So when Nice Peter's like, here's the next one we're going to be doing, just letting you know, he'll sometimes send like a line or two. He's like, oh, you got to put this line in there somewhere. And sometimes they'll do that.
There's like a really good like cringy one from like years ago. I think it's been mentioned a lot. It's a fan made one called Guy Fawkes versus the Joker.
I think I've seen it.
It's got 13. I just looked up 13 million views. The main reason a lot of people don't like it is one, they're French, and it's kind of hard for them to like rap English.
Yeah.
And also a lot of people are kind of turned off by. There's a lot of rape jokes in there.
That's true.
It's just like Joker is just saying like, I'm gonna rape you.
Yeah. He does that like several times, I think, too.
Yeah.
It's like Joker's not known for being a rapist.
No.
It's not really his big thing.
Have you ever seen the
He's not Purple Man.
oh fuck, what's the name of hang on. Goddamn. There's a really good like cringe. Yeah, there it is. Link versus Goku.
I didn't see that one.
It's just a kid doing it's called Epic Fictional Rap Battles. Oh dear fucking god. It's stuff like, I'll win this battle before
Look
it's
at
done.
you, Goku. I mean, not Goku. Why did I say Goku? Look at you, goat. Picking on a child.
Oh yeah.
Epic
not the first time.
history.
It's not the first time, it's not gonna be the last one.
Mr. Big Man over here.
Before it's done, I'm gonna hit you so hard I'll knock out your lung.
Oh man.
What were you doing, goat?
I had a lot of fun with Crowd with the fucking Theodore Roosevelt and Winston Churchill one.
Oh yeah.
We argued about that. Like we actually legit fought about who won that one. He was like, no, you're wrong. Theodore Roosevelt did not win that one. I find whenever I like look up reactions to that one specifically, everybody who's from like America or like anywhere else says that Theodore Roosevelt won. But if you're from the UK, it's always, I think Winston Churchill got that one.
One of my favorite reactions to anything was just you remember Jinx?
Yeah.
He was that guy that everyone fucking shit on really hard.
He's the guy that grade A under A got famous fucking shitting on.
He did one, well, also iDubbbz. He did one where it was him watching the Jim Henson versus Stan Lee one, and it gets to Stan Lee being like him doing the "you were gone too soon" thing, and he does the fucking like chest pound into a peace sign. That man got fucking crucified.
Yeah, he did. The thing is, I don't even think Jinx is like a bad person. I think he just didn't really understand what he was doing.
Well, he also like told iDubbbz he was gonna kick his ass in an MMA match, and then fucking chickened out at the last minute.
What? I didn't hear about that.
GameStar said he wanted to set up a fight for the two of them, and Jinx was like, "Yo, I'm down. I'll fucking beat your ass." And then iDubbbz was like legitimately training for it, and then Jinx just never
Jinx
showed
is
up.
like, oh, I thought this was a joke.
Jinx pulled a Tonka, basically.
Gotcha.
So fucking iDubbbz just went to, I think it was Chicago, or no, he went to wherever the Rocky steps are at and just like ran up those for a video.
Fair enough.
Is that Chicago or where the fuck is? I don't know.
No, that's Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, yeah, whatever.
That's like several states away. What are you wrong with you?
I haven't fucking watched Rocky in like 5 years.
Yeah, but like Philadelphia is known for worshiping a fictional character named Rocky. Like they have a literal statue of him there.
I don't care
they're
about your
shitheads,
fucking,
Lundy.
yeah.
I mean, not fuck. I'm too high.
Philly's the place where Bill Burr
Yeah.
fucking like went on for 10 minutes and just nonstop like insulted Philadelphia. The one thing that he hates
God.
that people bring up in fucking interviews because everyone keeps asking him about it and he hates it.
Well,
It's
to be
been like
fair,
it's been like 15 years too. That's
Yeah.
the fucking thing.
look, it's the greatest takedown of a city that deserves
Yeah,
it,
it
so
is, but
fucking
it
much.
is, but people are just like stomping it into the fucking ground. It's like, yeah, it was a good comeback. We don't need to keep sucking his dick over it. He knows.
Yeah, we do. He's a hero.
No, because literally Bill Burr was on H3's
You know-
fucking podcast and
You know,
H3
I'm
brought
going
that.
to say this. Fucking Shaquille O'Neal sleeping meme, right? I
Yeah.
sleep when I see like a veteran coming into a restaurant. But if I saw Bill Burr come into a restaurant, I'd fucking stand. I'd fucking shake that man's hand with a tear in my eye and be like, "Sir, you did a great service for this country. Take my meal, please."
Yeah, this is Matt's history as a pest coming through to the surface, pretty
Yeah.
much.
No, fuck you. This goes beyond being a pest.
I understand, but that's
Because
where
everything else connected to that comedy, that like, there's a reason they only ended up doing 2 of those.
Well, there was another reason because Mike Birbiglia got fucking bullied.
Well, yeah, that's a big reason. Like,
Poor Mike Birbiglebutt. He doesn't deserve
You
that.
don't
He's a
know
good
who he
boy.
is, do you?
Yeah, I know Mike Birbiglia.
Oh, my bad.
I watched
Yeah,
his
no,
fucking.
he
I
just-
watched like 3 of his fucking specials, including his
He
latest
just got
one, which was
fucking
Sleepwalk With Me.
mercilessly bullied because he wore a hoodie inside because it was hot. And they were like, "Were you fucking faggot?" And then they almost started swinging at him.
Yeah, I think that got brought up on the fucking show.
Yeah, because they were like, "We're never doing another virus tour, guys. Thanks."
Because our fucking pests wouldn't leave Mike Birbiglia alone.
Well, it's that like they kept trying to get like big name guests to come on the show, and they just refused because they're like, "No, I don't want to die. That's
I don't
fine."
want to get physically attacked by your fans.
Jimmy Fallon said he wouldn't go on there after they tried to get him to come.
well, first off, why would they even ask fucking Jimmy Fallon to come on the fucking virus tour?
Because they were getting
Big-
desperate, Matt.
Yeah,
They couldn't get anyone besides Bill Burr and Patrice
Matt.
O'Neill.
Matt, this is a show that had Pablo Francisco on at one point.
Oh god, yeah.
They were in the fucking weeds trying to fucking find somebody.
I think it was Mike from Riddler Media. He had the best joke about Jimmy Fallon ever.
Yeah.
He was when he heard about Jimmy Fallon becoming the host of the Tonight Show. He was like, Jimmy Fallon, the only thing he should host is a Parasite.
That's so fucking mean.
Have you seen that video called?
Holy shit.
Have you seen that video called "Red Letter Media Does Not Like Kevin Smith"?
No.
It's just a collection of them like shitting on Cop Out and like a bunch of movies that he's had. And then there's one scene where Mr. Plinkett is staying in front of Mike and Jay. He's like, "You can clear out my colostomy bag." And then just like the shit falls onto the floor and someone zoomed in and it's falling onto a picture of Kevin Smith.
Oh, god damn. Why do they hate Kevin Smith so much? Kevin's a good boy.
Did he make Cop Out?
So
He also made Yoga Hosers
Yeah.
and Tusk.
look,
I have yet
everyone's
to see
allowed.
Tusk.
Just because someone
Jersey
makes
Girl.
movies, just because someone makes shitty movies doesn't mean that you're like fuck you. Like that's not how that works.
Where's Mallrats
Can't be
2?
how it works.
Where's Clerks 3?
If
I'll tell you where
he
they're
made
at. They're right.
if he
They're
made
dead
Clerks
right
3,
next
it would
to.
have sucked.
Yeah, they're dead right next to the part of his heart that fucking almost gave out.
He's lost a fuck ton of weight though. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah. He puts me. He's an
He's
inspiration.
starting to look like Carl from that episode of Aqua Teen where
Where
he
he-
was in
Where he eats the energy bars with the.
Yeah, they have the fucking
Yeah.
worms in them.
I heard something that thing was voiced by Lil Romeo, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
Oh shit. Aqua Teen. What a fucking
Carl is the best character that show.
Oh yeah,
had.
by a fucking long shot. That's why they had like several episodes that didn't even have the other characters in it. Just had Carl and like some other fucking characters that were like that just got introduced that episode.
You remember that one where he's like babysitting Meatwad's toys and
Motherfucker peed on me.
my favorite's where he's sitting in the recliner calling everyone that was in his high school yearbook, and like he finally gets to like the ugly one. He's like, yeah, well, she's not too good looking, but hey, the night is young and lonely and very lonely. Oh god.
Carl. I fucking love Carl. He's such a piece of shit, but fucking hell.
I'd like you to meet the enforcer. I want to be named. I want to be named Spaghetti. Okay, whatever.
So if you buy this house, right here is on this X is where you can you can undress and make sure to leave the window open.
You see this? This right here? Line of death. You cross it, and your rights no longer have any meaning. All right? Have a good day. What's the one he says? He says to the Boost mobile phone, he's like, where you at, dog? I'm in America, which used to be a pretty good country until they started letting your people do whatever they want.
I also love the mummy one where he's like, look, I don't care what people do, but when you start leaving mummies out on the front lawn, then it becomes my business.
Oh, okay, Candy. I'm sorry. I guess we're not in America. I guess I'm not allowed to pay for sex with pennies.
You remember the one where it's the living dummy and he cuts off his fingers? There's like two of them. He just fucking screams, who is leaving Mommy's in this neighborhood. If it's that Mormon kid up the street, I swear to God.
Look, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that you tried to walk in front of me when I clearly had the right
of way.
I did not wave you on. I was flipping you off.
Hello, ladies.
Tonight we'll get your dick ripped off. Is that a prize?
Hello, ladies. This is my friend, Goliath. We had to order special elastic pants on the internet for him.
I think the first time I ever watched.
What does he say? What does he says when like?
Don't worry, they're mostly harmless. But if they get near you, hit them with the shampoo.
What, you telling me I gotta drag this on the fucking front lawn? Call the neighbors. I want them to see it.
The first episode I ever saw of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, I think I was like 14, maybe 15 or something like that. And it was the episode where Carl's body gets exploded. And
oh yeah,
they continuously try to like give him a new one. And it's like I think the scene that made me lose my fucking mind laughing was when
With the eyes.
no, it wasn't the eyes. It was like he was on the like giant death machine thing that fucking Frylock made, and he's like explaining all the fucking things that it does, and then Shake's just like,
Shake.
why are we giving it to him again? And Frylock's
You're
like,
gonna let him-
oh yeah, that is a terrible idea. And then the very next scene is just him on a fucking RC car. He's just like, yeah, this is great. This works great. I couldn't handle
Can
it.
Now, can you turn the wheel all right with your tongue? Yeah, which way does it turn me into the lawyer to freaking sue your ass? My favorite's the eyes, just because. All right, now move slowly towards me. Oh, you don't worry, I'm coming. Is he just gonna hug the breath out of you? Also, he gets the black body.
Yeah.
And it rejects him.
There's a quote from Carl for you, Go. What are you exercising for? You're just gonna die.
Yeah. But he's gonna come up to you and cut you with a knife. I think that was their Thanksgiving promo.
Fucking when Meatwad goes over to Carl's house and just knocks on the door, Carl opens the door. Hi, Carl.
Oh,
Is that all you came to say? Are we done here?
We done here? Oh yeah, that's what I want to be. Nude in your house.
I think I'm actually done being horny. Wait.
Oh, no,
wait.
wait.
No, we're not.
Oh no.
No, we are not.
Carl, there are bees. Bees? Did I send you the video of the woman having sex with the bee? I feel like I need to call my parents. How the fuck do you pronounce his last name?
I don't fucking know.
Carl Bronnenlowski.
That's it. Matt, do you remember his song? I want to rock your body, parentheses, to the break of dawn.
Carl.
Willy, willy, wah, willy, willy, wah, wah, wah.
I think we'll end it here. We've been going for like hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continued in the or in our fucking Discord. If you want to hear more of this riveting conversation,
Yeah.
I'll fucking hop over there or whatever.
Yeah, like links in there, podcast. I
Yeah.
keep forgetting the very public spanking link.
Nobody cares. That's fine.
Nobody cares.
Well, Steve Shive's going to be on the show tomorrow.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, fair enough.
So there you go. Wait, there you go. Go. We can get guests on
Oh,
the very
man.
public spanking.
You guys are gonna have like 50 views. Awesome.
That's probably more than like half of our podcasts.
Yeah.
We get like 210 a week.
Yeah, but like each individual.
Oh yeah, true. No, I was being more the fact that they're on that fucking audio website, wherever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that like
I
nobody
can't even
uses.
remember that. Oh yeah, Mixler. That's the name of it.
Yeah. Good
Can't
good
believe-
job, co-host.
What the fuck are you doing having Steve Shot? Well, he's not supposed to be.
He's Jason's friend.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Like-
I haven't ended the show yet, Lundy.
Matt, end the show. End the show now.
I know, but like, good God, he's
Look,
not
Steve,
ready
Fuck
for the
Steve Todd.
like shit that you guys do. over
dude, Steve was on the
He's been on-
wrestling episode.
Yeah, he's like a huge wrestling fan.
That's the
What?
reason he's coming back is because we're doing another wrestling episode tomorrow.
Yeah.
there. Okay. I'm not. This is probably
Matt,
not
end the
gonna
show.
be great.
End the show, Matt.